After getting backstabbed once, he swore off squads forever. No parties, no guilds, no partners, just him, the daily grind, and hoarding all the loot. Who needs a team when you can be a solo god? This Necromancer is absolutely cracked. Check out his skeleton crew. While other players fight over scraps, he grabs everything, speed running the leaderboards like a beast. Can the king of Solip own a game designed for teamwork? Let's see. Deep in the digital woods of Walbury, some noobs just got wrecked. Their party got completely wiped by a toxic player named Syl. In real life name, Chase Solon. Her sidekick mentioned that despite their camping, the target is a no-show. The play? She thought. For a second said, delete them. Her minions rushed in to spawn camp the helpless players. A dude named Dong Su was ready to see the game over screen. But suddenly, his carry, his bestie, the main character Energy, named Anj Hyan, aka Herkin, logged in. He instantly one-shotted the worry tank who hit him earlier, landing a critical hit. His buddy cheered, and the other survivors realized they weren't dead yet and scrambled up. The bad guys tried to aggro him immediately. They wanted to Zerg rush him all at once, but Jen didn't even lag. He dashed forward, knocking 2 goons into next week. Then, he paused, flared his cape for dramatic effect, and asked, do they think spamming attacks with a mob will work? They literally can't beat him. John isn't some casual. He's the hero killer from the Haho Mask Guild. His buddy started apologizing, saying they got baited like total bots. Who knew these campers would be waiting in ambush? MC sheathed his sword, walked over, and asked why he was sorry. He offered a hand and hit him with a smile. You're good, bro. Get up. The party nearly cried at this bromance. He told them to chill. It wasn't their fault. Blame that salty loser over there who has zero skill. He pulled his friend up, looked at the villain, and called her a total dumbass. She just smirked. She left her throne to mock the moment. Aw, friendship is magic? Gross. Why so emotional? Her squad backed her up. As she said, trash uniting is still trash. This arrogant lady apparently had beef with John. She's with the Thunder Hunters, rocking the cringe nickname Queen of Thunder. MC laughed in her face, and asked, wait, is this coming from the girl who raged quit every time she got destroyed by losers? She snapped, telling him to watch his mouth or he'd be crying later. But June wasn't sweating it. He checked his watch, hit a button, and equipped his samurai armor skin. He pointed his sword at her with a grin, saying, only weaklings talk that big. His roast definitely triggered her, and she screamed at her NPCs to frag this arrogant idiot. He taunted, does she still not get the meta? She can never kill him. But then huge plot twist he didn't see coming. A sword went straight through his chest, but weirdly, it came from the totally blindsided. Sword went shish kebab, but somehow, bam, right in the back, besties turned snakes. The UI flashed a scary HP drop. Legs turned to jelly, total lag city. He ate dirt, gasping, yo, seriously? His ex-bro shrugged, sorry fam, I got bills. Don't be salty at me. MC stared, totally shook. How could he pull such a slimeball move? Solon cackled, wiping fake tears. You dummy. Still believing in friendship? Cash is king. She stepped up, I'm gonna permaban you myself. Spawn kill you till you rage quit. Warlord's your life? Yeah? Didn't you say you're a zero in real life? Just a useless scrub with no future? Pathetic. Back to the trash bin. She grinned, feeling like a boss. MC raged, clawing the dirt, and lunged. Shut your ugly trap. But nope, combo, breaker. Another hit slammed him. He froze up. His squad shanked him, pinning him down while Solon beamed. Thanks, guys. Still buffering on the betrayal, JN looked at them. Why do me dirty? They laughed. You have no clue what the bounty is. Just die, dude. We're talking hundreds of millions to off you. MC felt sick. They sold him out for loot? Did they forget who carried them? Thought we were fam? Seeing their smug mugs, he cursed and faded to black. System alerts popped up like crazy. You died. Penalty, banned for 48 hours. He ripped off the VR gear, screaming his head off. Total meltdown. He just lost everything. Warlord was the viral VR hit, run by some crazy Rich AI. It was the only place he wasn't a total failure. In real life? Everyone called him garbage. One day, he was farming mobs, and this dude hyped his skills, asking to team up. That server was the only spot he mattered. He grabbed his clothes, threw on slippers, and bolted outside. He was out for blood. Gotta find him. Dialing Dong Su, he raged. Why bother? Just so these idiots could leech off me? He missed the red light in the Brad truck. If he knew the ending, he never would've cared about anyone. Suddenly, high beams blinded him. A truck was coming in hot, full speed. Crash. Pain overload. Turns out, a garbage truck flattened him. Fitting. He was lying in trash bags. Checked his phone. No answer. From Donggu. Garbage truck? Irony much? No. Can't quit. Gotta get revenge on that sellout and that witch. He's gotta settle the score with all of them. Darkness swallowed him, then, a flashbang at a loading bar. The system goes, verifying user, and a welcome pop-up smacks him in the face. Mission objective: beat the tutorial and don't get squashed by the labyrinth boss, the Minotaur. He blinked open his eyes to a pile of corpses and a giant beast. Instantly, he recognized his favorite game. He was totally tripping, though. Why is he in a tutorial? And why is he inside the game right now? A player yelled, "Yo, quit zoning out, eyes up." He pointed at the red warning. "We gotta frag that monster." The massive bull dude growled like a ray chainsaw. The guy said, "Bro, devs made this raid boss impossible for solos. We need to triple team it." MC frowned. Tutorial boss? The Minotaur? Didn't they delete that 5 years ago? Too hard? The guy looked lost. What? Warlord dropped 10 months ago. Jay just acted weird. No shock, no 20 questions. He just stood, grabbed his blade, and nodded. Got it. The other guy took charge. On my signal, we rush. But MC totally ghosted the plan. He walked toward the boss, dragging his sword, then burst into a sprint. Is he psycho? The guy screamed. He's toast. MC didn't give a rip. He charged straight at the Minotaur, who raised a massive axe. MC did a sick dodge, closed the gap, and unleashed a combo, literally slicing the monster into sashimi. A second later, the beast death groaned and face planted. The players stood there, shook. One-shot kill? They looked at each other, sharing a brain cell. Walking over, the guy reached out a hand. "Bro, you have serious hacks. I mean, talent. Wanna join our guild?" Jan had a flashback to that traitor. His vibe chilled. Grabbing his sword, he stood up. "I've made a choice." The boys grinned. "What choice, dude?" They never saw it coming. Asterisk swish. Asterisk, he zeroed their HP instantly. "If I trust a human again, I'm basically a dog." That's how Herkin, the hero killer, hit reset. Logging out, he climbed from the capsule, totally dazed. Wait, the game store, the demo zone? He remembered 5 years ago, he was too broke to buy a rig, so he camped here. Did he actually time travel? He ripped off the helmet and bolted to the register. If this is real, he can't waste a second. He's got 5 years of spoilers and maxed out skills. If he plays his cards right, revenge is in the bag. Excitement surging, he slammed his bank card down. "Ring me up, please." While he gasped for air, the girl started the transaction, and he wheezing like a pug while she swiped his card, and he grinned, scheming where to begin. "First, I gotta clear a few levels, but that's later." Then, the checkout girl gave a times pity smile asterisk. Card declined, bro. That news turned him to stone. He laughed nervously, clutching his head. If he had cash, he'd have bought it. Why stand here looking dumb? What now? Start grinding. Cash? Ugh, that takes forever. Suddenly, a painfully familiar voice drilled his brain. A giant banner nearby was blasting a lay Sol an ad. In the video, she was preaching, "Get in the game. Real pros never fear challenges. Indecision on the battlefield is a luxury for losers." Jayan stared at her image. As the screen switched to the game intro, he thought it over. Remembering her angry face, he realized he wasn't in a position to be picky. Time flew. Finally, the essential gear was delivered to his Crib, the V-Gear tech set it all up and dipped. MC stared at the business card in his hand. Only one way to make bank. Before buying the rig, he'd hit up a loan shark for 10 million. 1. As he reached for the card, the shark stabbed a knife between his fingers. Pay me back, or your life becomes a living hell. He gulped, sweating bullets, but had zero choice. And, now, crushing that card, he thought, whatever. Even if he had to walk through fire, he'd do it just to wreck those idiots. Helmet on, into the pod, jacked in, system, ID confirmed. Welcome to Warlord. He spawned in the class selection room, looking around. Man, so much time wasted. Where is she? Right on cue, NPC Ariadne appeared. She was there to guide his choice. She reached out, popping up menu options. You must choose your main class. Your stats scream warrior, a fighter who wields melee weapons in intense brawls. If you crave action, this is it. He pondered. Played that meta last time. Fast, leveling, sure, but solo play is a total nightmare later on. He refused. Ariadne pivoted to cleric. A support class. Heal, and buff your allies with force. The second the conversation turned to allies, he instantly recoiled. Waste my time. Supporting others? He snapped, making a dissatisfied face. No thanks. Ariadne smiled. Well, in that case, there's only one option left. She clasped her hands. Have a thrilling, golden thread shot out, wrapping his body. System. Main class selected. Warping to your class tower. He landed in a magic tower, greeted by an NPC named Golko, who introduced himself as the magic guide. Tell me, what kind of magic do you want to learn? June didn't even let him finish. Dark magic. Golko went dead silent, staring at him blankly. Was like, I'm your magic Sherpa, bro. Spill the tea, asking which spells he vibed with. June cut him off instantly and yelled, dark arts, baby. Golko froze, gawking like, earth magic? The geezer giggled nervously. His hearing was toast. I said times, dark times magic again. He totally flipped out. Where'd you hear that? It's strong but it eats your soul, kid. I know the lore, old man. I'm here for it. I'm ready. Just teach me already. Golko got weird, clawing his face like a horror villain. Straight to business then. Spooky vibes filled the room. Haven't seen a kid pick this edgy class in ages. If you're real, touch the book. A cursed tome floated up. Warning, this path isn't for noobs. I slapped my hand on it. Let's go. Sorry, Gramps. I'm built different. He cackled like a maniac. Finally, a fun one. Dark energy nuked me. Saw a viral clip once where a necro player soloed a boss. That's the OP build I need. Magic hit. System, you are now a necromancer. Title, Clueless Necro. Wow, thanks. Got a bone shard. Used it instantly. Tiny skull appeared. Yeeted at the floor. It grew massive. Bones sprouted everywhere. System, magic skeleton is loading. It stood up. I grinned. I'm a necrolord now. Time to grind. Headed to the training dungeon. Asterisk clunk. Asterisk heard a noise behind me. Skelly's head fell off. Bruh. I just stared. Ignored the fail and entered the portal. Face palmed hard. Watching it fix its head was cringe. Definitely not the pro gameplay I watched online. Checked stats, skill level, trash tier. Can only summon one bony boy right now. Skill makes a shard, add mana, get a minion. Just a low level issue? Got a power level as soon as possible. Asterisk grr. Asterisk monsters behind me. Perfect timing. Coal wolves. Fast but squishy, good XP. I grinned and tossed a bone shard. Fetch this. Mid-air transformation. System, enemy spotted. Combat mode engaged. Skelly roared, wolves panicked. Get 'em, I yelled. They charged back. I laughed. This is actually broken. I'll hit max level in no time. But, hopes were massive. But when Skelly actually hit the wolves, he exploded into a bone puzzle. John froze, totally. Shook. The skull rolled to his toes, looking up like it was about to cry. Major cringe. John's face twisted watching this disaster, and he started spamming menus to find the glitch. Skill window says, this summon has a deep learning system. Basically, it learns by fighting. Users gotta pick a mode, defense, attack, or the mysterious special action. Oh. He forgot to pick one. Rookie mistake. He clicked defense. Skelly's eye sockets flashed. Looked ready to brawl, but nope, dude just curled up. guarding his neck while wolves used his ribs as chew toys. John laughed nervously. No way. Okay, try special action. Suddenly, the skeleton starts busting a dance move with a coffer in. Wolves. John actually teared up. We are doomed. In the end, he had to frag the wolves himself. He sat down, leg bouncing like crazy, sighing that he was losing his mind. Tried to delete the chart or re-roll, but the system blocked. Accounts under 3 months can't be deleted. He face-palmed. Loan payments start next month. Maybe he should just go hug a truck again. Why is he so useless? Just when he thought he was winning, Bonehead was 0. Help. Seeing the skeleton twitch, John grabbed his head. Just freeze, okay? He snapped. This guy was driving him nuts. How did that past life Necro handle scrubs like this? Wait. The light bulb turned on. The skill said the summon learns via combat. When John wrecked those wolves, Skelly watched. It was trying to copy him. A genius idea hit him. He tossed Skelly a stick. You're lucky I'm your master, he said, standing up. I look chill, but they call me a genius. I turned my guild into legends. Time for Lesson 1. If you don't dodge, you're dead. Bam. No warning, John lunged and whacked him upside the head. Skelly flew back a few meters like a ragdoll. Boot camp started. Skelly took hits, dropped, and kept getting up. He held the stick out, ready for round 2. John smacked him again, sending him flying into the wall. Don't just stand there soaking damage like a noob. Figure it out. Find a gap, dodge, then counterattack. Did it click? Skelly stood up, gripping the stick tight. He looked ready. This time, the opponent was the wolves. As a wolf charged, Skelly ducked under the gnashing teeth. Missed. Immediately, Skelly countered bonk to the snout, then the ribs. He dropped 2 wolves instantly, watching them fade away. Then, he turned to John. He was totally hyped, asking what's up. Didn't I say eyes on the prize? Don't space out mid-fight? Still, that final combo was sick. Just then, a bright light flashed over them. Ding. System alert popped up. Skeleton mastery increased. Plus, his player level just went up. Jaeon smirked at his bony pal. You passed. Next stop, the noob hub, Figus Castle. Strolling through the crowded streets, he figured, the hustle was worth it. A couple days of hardcore grinding, and he'd solo the whole tutorial dungeon. Real game starts now. Goal 1, hit level 10. Bam. He slammed right into some dude's shoulder. The guy grabbed him, fuming. Yo, watch where you're lair. Where's my apology? His minion chimed in, calling him boss and gassing him up. Jaeon thought, great, total NPC bandit vibes. They kept yapping, but he tuned them out. He sighed, checking the time. Every second counts. Should I just PK them? The angry dude didn't dig the attitude and swung a fist, but some guy blocked it, stepping in to save Jaeon. Smiling, the stranger said, easy now, no need to go around punching folks. The bully snapped, who are you with? The stranger paused. Not exactly, he replied casually. Jaeon clocked him instantly. Those muscles, that drip, it was Matador Chev. A top-tier warrior from his past life. Why's he here? Jaeon panicked. Wait up. But the bully spat at Chev's feet, cracking his knuckles. Beat it if you don't know him. He hit me first. Ever heard of an eye for an eye? Chev chuckled awkwardly. I get it. Then he unleashed his aura, blasting them with a sudden wind. Well, Chev said, since you tried to hit me, guess I should return the favor. The bully's friend tapped him, freaking out. That's the Red Bulls Guild Master. Top 30, Guild. And he loves brawling. Realizing who he was, the bully froze, trying to bolt. But Chev grabbed his shoulder, smiling darkly. So, what's it gonna be? The guy was shaking, sweating buckets. He slowly turned to Chev, mumbled a sorry, and scrambled away with his buddy. Chev watched them run, laughing. Glad we could talk that out. He slapped Jaeon's back. You good? Ignore guys like that. Jaeon just waved him off, walking away. Thanks, but next time, don't help me. Chev looked confused, smiling awkwardly. Wow, cold shoulder much? Jaeon sped up. Right now, Chev's power was scary. But next time they met, Jaeon would be on a whole new level. He headed for the dungeon. While his skeleton scurried around, he sat on a rock, feeling the massive skill gap. Sil and Chev were leagues ahead. To get his revenge, he had to get stronger. Suddenly, a menacing roar echoed through the dungeon. Behind him, a huge tiger jumped out, but the skeleton immediately shut it down, jamming his sword deep and slamming the beast into the dirt. Ping! The system announced the bone warrior had smoked the coal tiger and leveled up. Feeling proud, he turned to John, fishing for a good job, but the guy just sighed. 3 days to hit level 10? Seriously? It was way slower than planned. Skelly drooped, hanging his skull in shame. But the grind went on, and finally, the system hit level 10. Dungeon cleared, 0 mobs left. That annoying noob badge vanished, and the loot list popped up. Jay was stoked to finally unlock his watch stats, map, bag, and DMs. Basic watch apps, basically. He smirked, hadn't caught this vibe in ages. He popped the status window open. Just as he thought, total reset. Back to base stats. Time to spend those points. He had 50 saved up to dump into strength, endurance, smarts, or mana. Since it's his first time splurging, he paused. Usually, bone summoners boost magic or brainpower, but nah. He dumped all 50 points straight into strength. His body glowed up. Total muscle power, 53. He squeezed his fist to test the new juice, but Skelly looked totally shook, face palming hard. Jay asked what his deal was. Realizing the issue, he bonked the skeleton and said he wasn't quitting the necro life. He needs the beef to train him properly. Boosting magic right now wouldn't change how they play. But with max strength, he can show him pro strats. His survival rides on this. When Skelly realized Jay did it for him, he almost cried. Jay just turned away, annoyed, telling him to focus on training, while he handled the rest. They could always fix the weird stats later. He headed back to the noob zone and hit the Raider Association. Quests were up. While the mob fought over fresh tasks, Jay slipped past, thinking the current options were trash. But these guys' hype was intense. Must be a rookie thing. He walked up to the NPC, asking for a job. The guy warned that only hard ones with crummy pay were left untouched. Was he sure? Jay scanned the cards. Yeah, only the dregs remained. But while they chased copper, he'd mine gold. He spotted the exact gig he needed. Head to Bema Mountains, wipe out monsters for a tiny 10 gold prize. Plus, there's a specific cave nearby. The NPC double-checked. Low-level job, just 10 gold? Jay said yes and grabbed it. He figured that beating this before level 15 unlocks the rare title. Promising. Why bother? Well, titles usually buff stats and a percentage stat boost title? That's basically a cheat code for early game. Before grinding, he hit the shop for some gear. Reached Bema Mountains looking absolute cringe, though, full-on circus clown vibes. Tried to stay chill, but failed, just crows watching him lose it. Face palmed, and screamed. Blew his whole budget gearing up the skeleton, so he's rocking the bargain bin look. Gotta speed run this quest. To buy non-embarrassing loot, he booked it. 0 time to waste. Spotted a dude nearby. Guy reached out a bloody hand, begging for an assist as John walked away. John didn't hear squat, and the dude got yanked back into the brush. Yep, PKers at work. Later, a noob named Multi hit the woods. Super hyped to start his adventure on Mount Bema. Grinning like an idiot cause, he hit level 11. Thinking he's a pro gamer or something. Is he gonna hit the leaderboards? Suddenly hears a cry for help from the side. Sees a wounded guy lying in the clearing, and his buddy Ralph is screaming for aid. Classic bait. Multi rushes over like a hero, asking what's the drama. Ralph says a rare mob jumped them, claimed they barely dipped but were out of health pots. Multi panicked. Being the nice guy, he fumbled with his menu to trade potions. The stranger thanked him with crocodile tears, swearing he'd pay him back big time. Then bam, huge goon spawns behind unsuspecting Multi and bonks him on the head. Massive crit. Multi hits the dirt, totally confused while Ralph laughs, thanking him for the free loot. Says they'll use it well. Multi wheezes out, "You scammed me. You cowards." Ralph smirks. "Why so salty? You're the dummy who fell for it." Stabs him. Game over. Body despawns, drops his inventory watch. The gang cracks up. Farming noobs is hilarious to them. Ralph equips the stolen watch. Next victim, he asks. Just another day for the Ralph family PK guild. Meanwhile, John and Skelly face down some wolves. Wolves growl and lunge. John snaps his fingers, flipping the switch to attack mode. Skelly charges the mobs immediately. Swings the sword, boom. 3 down at once. John starts raking in XP. Watching the skeleton work, he figures that with a sword, wolf packs are total trash mobs now. It was the meta play to gear the pet first. Real gamers know stats matter more than skins. He looks at Skelly with pride, but he's crying inside. Skelly is touched by the sacrifice and pities his owner for going broke on him. Catching his vibe, John yells, "What are you looking at?" Totally offended. Then he spins around. "If you're done, let's roll. We need to grind. Gotta grind fast to clear the zone." Skelly chased after him like a puppy, super hyped. Totally missing the arrow that zoomed out of the woods and nailed his skull. Headshot. MC went full alert mode, scanning the area. Then these sketchy dudes popped out, looking fake sad. Ralph was all like, "My bad, bro. Thought you were a mob." Jay played the confused noob card, acting like it was cool. But his internal radar was screaming. He clocked the red flags, bloody gear and a collection of watches. PKers, obviously. Skelly yanked the arrow from his noggin, totally ticked off, and snapped it in two. MC grinned, "I'll let it slide if you toss me a mana potion. Compensation, you know?" But the guy shrugged. "Fresh out, sorry man. So, plan B? Since leveling up refills your mana bar," Ralph schemed, "maybe we power level you?" MC acted shy, rubbing his neck. "You sure?" "Totally." Ralph waved him off. "Our fault anyway, least we can do." Suddenly, wolves howled nearby. Right on cue. Ralph smirked, drawing his blade. He winked at John. "We'll soften him up, you take the kill." MC nodded like a bobblehead, "Sounds great." As they charged in, Ralph whispered to his buddy, "Remember the play?" John smirked back, "Yup. Block the aggro, buff us, then oops a mob right into his face. One hit and that eager idiot is toast." Just like that, a wolf broke loose and sprinted at MC. MC let out a super dramatic, "Ah, help." The PKers were already mentally looting his corpse, expecting an easy win. But reality had a different script. Skelly intercepted the wolf and wrecked it instantly. Jay sighed. "Could have been cleaner, Skelly. Move your bony butt faster." He turned to the stunned dudes. "We good?" Ralph blinked, thinking, why is his summon so OP? Is he smurfing? He shot a look at his partner, who nodded. "Time to escalate. Let's keep going," Ralph said, but internally he was plotting. "We need to overwhelm him." He signaled his buddy, more mobs, then the backstab. They rounded up a pack of monsters and shoved them toward Jay. "Get him while he's busy." A PKer crept up behind Jay, silent and deadly. He raised his weapon, swinging down for the kill, but whoosh. Jay ducked like he had eyes in his back. Spin, slash, boom, PKer down. The others froze, jaws dropping. Jay snapped his fingers. Attack mode. Skelly's eyes glowed red. The duo lunged at the scammers. Panic mode. Ralph stammered, "Wait, bro, let's talk." But Jay wasn't chatting. He and Skelly struck in sync, launching the goons sky high. Like Team Rocket blasting off, they hit the dirt hard. Jay scoffed, "I know your type. Pretend to be friends, then rob 'em blind." Classic. Old Jay might have fallen for it, not this version. Ralph was shaking. "Wait. Take my gear. Just let me live." He was desperate, pleading, but Jay was done trusting snakes. Too late. He didn't hesitate. Sword swing, clean cut. Game over. The system pinged immediately. Player Ralph eliminated. Jay checked the loot drop on the ground. 8 watches. Looks like he wasn't their first victim today. He pocketed the loot. "Thanks for the donation." Loot rained down. Seeing their kill count, he was like, whoa, total psycho. But hey, free stuff is free stuff. Yoink. Grab the gear. Meanwhile, Skelly kept kicking the dead beefcake, just to be sure. Then looked at me like a puppy wanting a treat. Kinda freaky. "Ah, good boy?" Told him to grab some loot too. Gotta keep the help happy. I patted his bony little head. Nailed it. Skelly looked totally lost, like, huh, you dig it? Look, fashion comes second. Stats are king. Inner beauty, bro. Skelly checked out his new fit. That war watch was pure gold. Fencing a player's watch? Total RNG loot box. Steals a random item from their bag. Skill books, cash. I scored rare black goblin pants. Plus 5 int and mana? Sweet. And a rare ancient tree sword. Plus 10 mana. I literally screamed, let's go. Total jackpot. Grinding just got 100 times faster. Pulled out a mask. Since I'm streaming this now, I need a brand. A sick persona is key for views. Wait. Flashback time, I remembered that convo. Branding matters. I told that dude back then, yo, if the whole squad wears haho masks, we'll go viral. Guy was like, bet. Guild name, haho mask. Staring at the mask now. Maybe change the name? Nah. If I switch, copycats will steal my flow. Keeping it, I'll prove I'm the OG. Slapped it on. Move out, Skelly. We hit the dungeon later. Goba Bim's cave. Supposed to be blue werewolves here. Tough map, but my gear is cracked now. Easy clap. Aiming for a 10-minute speedrun record. Send it. Hours later, I'm raging. Where are the mobs? Facepalm. This is trash. If it was cleared, the system would have pinged me. Glitch? Then I saw Skelly acting weird over there. Yo, what's he doing? Wait. I sprinted over. Skelly found a portal. Jackpot. Then, flashbang. Blinded by light. System ping. Hidden instance found. Enter? I flopped down. That explains the empty map. Hidden instances are one-time spawns. Very rare. They pause the main dungeon until you clear. Hardcore mode, but the loot is legendary. High risk, high reward. It's win or get wrecked. Got up. Logic says, bail. Don't risk the XP loss. Can't play for 2 days if I die? Maybe I dip, but... Oops, system says I clicked enter. Mask time, let's do this. Flash of light hits me again. Shielded my eyes. Is this? A coliseum? Big yikes. Jay was stressing when bam. A massive beast. Spawned right there, screeching. System popped up, it's an infected wolf, level. Jay freaked. Infected? Seriously? Beast smacked him into next week. Jay slammed the wall, and Bones got scared. Wolf howled, but Jay just cracked up. He was like, why am I so lucky? Infected mobs linked to the Dren main quest. He yelled at Bones, if we don't frag this thing, you're grounded. He grabbed his sword, hilt and charged. Bones sighed but readied his blade. Jay bounced off him, getting air. Select curse, demon mana surged into his blade. The wolf looked confused, but Jay was already mid-swing. Hit landed. System pinged, skill active, demon curse. Target stats nerfed by 10%. The wolf shrieked. Jay smirked. Not bad for a noob try. Wolf growled and lunged. Suddenly, the system was like, wolf is enraged, debuffs cancelled. RIP. Jay gripped his hilt. Guess it wouldn't be a raid. If it was easy mode. He was saving this, but whatever. Time to ball. He tapped his watch. Activate slot. Dark. Mana exploded into armor. Alright, let's dance. This is Warlord's sickest feature. When a player uses a slot, they borrow OP powers from the game world, turning into a beast. Every form is diff, so most gamers just call it their ult. Jay taunted the mob. The thing screamed, showing gnarly teeth, and charged. Jay dodged the first swipe, then the combo. He stuck the landing, thinking, total boss vibes. The speed and aggro were insane. 4 hits? Nah, 3 and he's toast. Game over screen. The beast swiped again, but Jay just grinned and counterattacked. Beast howled. Jay laughed. Now this is gameplay. He hopped over a claw swipe. Right, enraged mode. Totally forgot. He turned back, annoyed. Yo, did you forget? 2? Bones leaped and chopped the paw off. Jay yelled, do the combo. The wolf looked confused. As they blitzed past, slashing. Beast exploded into chunks. System, werewolf hunt complete. Slot off. Jay checked his hands. Not bad. After a bit, ping, new quest, Bima Mountain Cave. Mission, wipe all mobs near the mountain. Loot, 10 gold. System, skeleton warrior beat a boss. Skill, skeleton fragment up to rank E. They got 20,865 coins and a skull. Plus a wolf skin. Skelly was hopping mad. Rewards are lit, I said. Dungeon loot is insane. Then a system window popped up. Got the necklace of the infected ranger? That's a unique story item. Buffs all stats by 18 points. Can't trade it, though. Totally soulbound. Needs a specific title just to equip it. Infected Ranger. I yelled. Unique story rank? Even if it's stuck on me, it beats standard unique gear. My eyes bugged out. Wait, I froze. Infected Ranger? Seriously? 3 alerts flashed. New titles. Promising newcomer adds 3% to mana and int. Sick, I grinned. Promising newcomer was my main goal. Hero contender pop next. Adds 3 points to stamina. Hero series, huh? Guess soloing the dungeon triggered it. Makes sense. Then the last ping hit me. The system threw up a weird one. Infected Ranger? Info unavailable. My jaw dropped. Infected Ranger? Dude, that's the starter title for chapter 1 of the main quest. The main quest is the spine of the Warlord universe. The big leagues. Rewards are god tier. Every gamer would kill for a piece of this. It's the flagship content. In my past life, I barely hit chapter 4. Now? I unlocked it instantly. My voice shook. No way, this isn't RNG. I hit the motherload. Exit dungeon. I bailed. Checked the news feed and saw a breaking update. Hydra Guild just announced they're starting the Count's Infection finale. They plan to clear it in 3 months. Total slowpokes. I teared up. Jackpot. I literally screamed, yeah. Wait, is anyone else in the final chapter? I panicked for a sec. If I jump in late, I get zilch. Ugh, total waste. I face planted on the desk. Should I just bail on this round? Skip to the next chapter? Then it hit me. Eyes wide. Hold up. This is actually perfect. Everyone's obsessed with the Count's Infection right now. Global hype. It's the first main quest of Warlord. It's about to be cleared. What if I dropped a video on it right now? While the hype is peaking? The views would go nuclear. I started smashing my keyboard. Thank God I record everything. Gameplay footage is secured. Just gotta edit and upload to the tube, but I need pro cuts. Editing is make or break. Can't let some rando touch this masterpiece. I know exactly who. The future god of editing. Romani. Meanwhile, she was slurping instant noodles at her desk. She glanced at her phone notification. Request for a dungeon edit? Level 15? What kind of cool vid can a noob make clearing a dungeon? Probably just some rich kid flexing on social media. But then her eyes went wide. Total shock. She launched out of her chair. She literally screamed. She'd found it. Her ultimate muse. Romani, aka Hellmouth, the freelance legend. Later, Solon stood by the window, tablet in hand, staring out. Something big was coming. The aide busted in. Yo boss, did she ping him? Sun replied. Viral clip of the Earl infection just dropped. Eyes glued. Level 15 noob soloed the wolf. Aide grabbed the pad. Just a vid. Fixes specs. Team says it's legit. But the mob's trash tier. Total skip. Don't waste your time. Solon smirked. I dig him. Fetch him for me. That's Chow Lone, Global Biz Tycoon, Thunder Group, Eris, aka Thunder Queen, Total Savage. Later, MC rips off his helm. The heck? Uploaded. Yesterday and it's poppin'? He checks the screen. 6,000 views? Past life took months for that. Ping. Phone buzzes. New notification. Romani DMs. Saw the views? She was the first to slide in. MC's got that mysterious loner vibe. Yeah, just now. Sick, right? All me. Plus your footage was fire. She sends a cringe. Roses for you. MC makes a face. Wants to block her. Is she a boomer? Who uses that? She asks. Next vid when? MC sighs. Brainstorming. No clue what to film. Can't just find boss level wolves every day. Maybe wait for level 50? Nah. Grind time. MC flops in his chair. Log in. Strike while it's hot. Connected. Shev's watching the clip. Masked guy. Huh? Lol. Moves are cracked though. Super impressive. Wait, he looks familiar. Voice from behind. Who's familiar? Shev spins. Oh, yell. She's with Red Bulls. Shev goes. This dude from Maxi Haho is trending. Yell nods. Seen him. Weird if I didn't recognize him. Shev laughs. For real? Usually noobs freeze. From the realism. This guy? Zero chill. Check his skeleton summon. Next level stuff. Not your average necro. Wanna 1v1 him, but bet he declines. Yell cuts him off. Quit yapping. Get inside. Stream starts in 5. Shev winks. Thanks for caring, babe. She knows he's teasing. Yell crosses arms. If you care, Don't faceplant on stream. 200,000 tickets. No pressure. Stream live. Welcome Red Bull's leader, rank 9 Warlord, Matador Chef. System Blares. Dungeon gates opening. Countdown from 5. Chev draws sword. Let's roll. Meanwhile, MC chills at Figus Castle. Total bummer, nothing here. Asterisk thud. Asterisk he face planted onto the desk. 0 decent quests? He groaned. I figured, but seriously? Not even 1? This noob town is cursed. Maybe he should just quit the streaming. Grind for a bit. Suddenly, Houghton pipes up. Wait, is that actually him? The legend who cleared Beam Cave? MC gaped. Thought that was a lie. Gramps cleared his throat. Name's Houghton? Got a sec, kid? Cut to the office. Houghton's yapping about some freakish mutant he spotted in the cave. Jun blinked. Huh? He didn't recall that in the wiki. Yo, did you see a wolf with funky eyes? Houghton spun around. Yep. That beast was twisted by a distorted one. MC's brain buffered. Distorted? The old man nodded grimly. We don't know the source yet, but that corruption acts like a virus. Rex monsters. That's why the raiders put a fat bounty on it. MC grabbed his hand. I'll snag that beautiful ear, evil creep. The old guy looked confused. Jay Young was vibrating. Asterisk hidden quest, asterisk. You ain't ready, Houghton sighed. I was born ready. MC yelled. Too early, Gramps insisted. Please. MC screamed, desperate. Houghton chuckled, messing up the kid's hair. Fine. I'll give you a shot. Find a Himri at Bonzu Castle, east of Figus. He'll whip you into shape. Here's a rec letter. Asterisk ding, asterisk system, a Himri's teachings. Objective, find a Himri. Show letter. Reward, skill book. Sweet. MC bolted outside, cheering like a maniac. Yes. A Himri? Huge. He just scored a quest for Archmage Bowen's disciple. Mages would kill to meet this guy. We're talking rare loot city. Ji-hun sprinted downtown. Yes. He thought. A Himri? He snagged the disciple quest. One of Bowen's 7 students. This is massive. Every mage player is thirsty to meet him since he drops rare skill books. Basically, a super VIP NPC. Ji-hun raced down the Ji-hun street, mind buzzing. Between his Rising Star title and the Rohan infection plot, this is the perfect setup. If this works out, his video content worries are toast. Right. He skidded to a stop, gotta handle chores first. Later, in the forest, bone frag. He chucked a skull sideways, and times poof times skeleton warrior. J. Sighed. Still haven't sorted the loot from the last run. First, that unsold wolf skull. System, use skull to buff warrior? Heck yes. System, warrior gains wolf traits. Durability plus 2. Nice. JN reached out. And. Equip ranger's necklace. Asterisk ding. Asterisk system, infected ranger effect applied. All stats plus 8. Class stats boosted. MC grinned, sick. Prep complete. He activated the bone frag, tossing it over. Asterisk pop, pop times several. More skeletons spawned. The warrior cracked its jaw open. All stats had been bumped up by 8 points. Class stats. Boosted, MC said. Sweet, ready to roll. He triggered the bone fragment and chucked it at the skeleton warrior. Then, a few more bony boys popped up. The warrior opened his trap. June gave the confused look and told them, listen up, from now on we fight. As a squad, get used to it. The skeleton warrior just face-palmed and dropped to his knees. June thought, what kind of total failures did I summon here? Later, he was throwing hands with a level 25 forest bear. He tagged the beast and pushed up, but the bear swung a massive clawed paw. It's aggroed. June yelled. Skelly jumped out from the flank, bone hand gripping a sword. The bear yeeted him, and June clutched his head. Did he seriously think that basic move would land? Come on, hit the blind spot. The skeleton pushed off the dirt and tried to circle around. Wham! Bear tossed him again. June shouted in pure frustration. The blind spot, bro. Why are you spamming the same fail mechanic? This is actually embarrassing. The one pre-free skeleton got up, fixing his skull. June eyed him as he moved up, thinking. Really? This guy? Bone Boy swung his sword, but the bear swatted him away. June held his head. Total morons. Later, sitting on the dead bear, he asked, "Do you guys even have brains?" Literal answer, no. But whatever, just fix your heads. Listen, when you aggro a monster, it turns toward the attack. Basic mechanics. That's why you hit the blind spot. June scribbled a quick plan in the dirt. What happens if you attack the front? He quizzed them. The skeletons did the confused head tilt. June sighed. Forget the spooky vibes. You guys are just annoying, he thought. It was cool. His rank rose and he could summon 3 skeletons. Thanks to that ranger's necklace. The issue? They have zero synergy, they just copy-paste what he taught the first one. Since they haven't learned squad tactics, they're clueless on how to engage. June tried to teach them teamwork. He face-palmed, uses 3 times the mana to be even worse than before. Whatever, hit level 20 like he planned. Guess he can't. Film clips for a bit. Get up, he told them. Training arc. Until Bonzu Castle, the Bone Squad stood up and trailed him. Jun thought he could let them DPS while he sat back like a chill necromancer. Nope. Can't escape being the tank. Later, he saw players loitering at the Bonzu Castle. Raiders Guild. A guy walked in and the mob rushed him, shouting, "He's here." "What quest did you pull?" Demanding info. Jun stood aside, thinking, actual hyenas. You see these types everywhere. Zero grind, just trying to leech off other people's gains. Suddenly, an old dude called to Jun, "If you got good quests." Jun walked to the stairs. Can't let them know about the hidden quest. He walked to the guard, handed over the paper. Letter of introduction from Houghton. The guard checked it. Confirmed. You can go to the 2nd floor. The players saw that, ran over, and shouted, "Same party?" No way, John mused. Did they glitch? He wondered. What kind of epic loot Henry had waiting. Hidden quests usually mean the good stuff. He stepped up, thinking, is this the start of a massive quest chain? Jay nudged the door open and muttered a sorry. He peeked inside. Asterisk, yikes, what a pigsty. Asterisk, a guy named Henry sat there, asking who the heck he was. Asterisk, did he forget our asterisk? Asterisk meeting? Asterisk, Jay stepped forward. Asterisk, wait. Is this his actual asterisk? Asterisk personality? Asterisk, I'm H. Ken. Sent by Houghton. Henry snatched the letter. Asterisk looks like a noob mage, but asterisk. Asterisk whatever. Asterisk guess you'll do. Jay shrugged. Just got lucky. Asterisk doesn't matter, just gimme the loot. Asterisk. Henry spoke up. Right, here's the goods. The system, pinged, asterisk received skill book, bone armor. Received helm of asterisk, asterisk madness. Asterisk Jay stared. Asterisk 2 items? And both look rare? Asterisk. He grinned, thanks, dude. Henry turned his back and muttered, conversation over. The system window flashed, asterisk quest complete, Henry's apprentice. Asterisk the NPC walked off, waving. John fumed. Asterisk, what? Why end it so fast? Asterisk, asterisk, where's the next chain? Asterisk, hey, wait up. He didn't grind this hard just for a couple of books. Jay shouted, sir, I'll do anything, just give me the quest. Henry grabbed his hand, anything? Thanks. Jay recoiled at the creepy grin. System, asterisk fetch nest egg. Asterisk, asterisk objective, get the egg. Reward, none, asterisk Jay gaped. Asterisk he asterisk. Asterisk totally played me. Asterisk meanwhile, a knight strutted down the street. Players whispered, whoa, check that god tier gear. The knight stopped at the building. So, the Haho mask is here. Jay slumped out of the room. Asterisk did I just get trolled by an asterisk? Asterisk NPC? Asterisk, he thought it was main story content. But nope, egg delivery boy. And he said 0. Loot 2. Total nightmare. Asterisk I seriously gotta do this? Asterisk suddenly, a guy popped up. Do what? The quest? The crowd swarmed. Jay, screaming. New quest, get him. Jay panicked. Asterisk I forgot about these vultures. Just kill me. Asterisk then, the knight ordered everyone back and leaped into the center of the chaos. Got a minute? The knight said. They needed a quiet spot. Jay frowned, confused. Asterisk who the hell is this guy? Why bother? Asterisk the knight blocked his path. Please, just hear me out. He leaned in, whispering, Mr. Mask haho? Jay blinked, lost. Moments later, they were standing in a quiet alley. The knight apologized for the scene, couldn't talk with that mob around. Sunan unequipped his helm. Too many eyes. Jay scanned him. Asterisk, definite rancor gear. Asterisk, but the face rang no bells. Asterisk who is this dude? Asterisk, how'd he figure it out? Am I Ha-Mask? Jen clenched a fist. Thought, play dumb. That's the best strat here. What are you on about? He asked. Ha-Mask? Who? He looked confused. I just followed you to chat, dude. What's a Ha-Mask? Glasses guy adjusted his frames. Just got a quest from Ambry. Jen snapped, who asked? Why should I tell you squat? He was getting ticked off. Late already. He flipped Sun off. You looking for trouble? Mess with me, say goodbye to your account. I'm serious. MC thought, he bought it. Just gotta keep faking it. So, we done here? Sun frowned, sticking out a hand. My bad, guess I was wrong, apologies. Jen grabbed his hand, sneering. Scared you, didn't I? He walked off, waving lazily. I'll let it slide today. My fists are itching, though. Lucky you. Michelle popped up. Don't think that's him. You buy it? Sun wiped his glasses. One thing's for sure, total noob. If he was a pro, he'd know the rules. You don't just flash Warwatch to strangers. Michelle face palmed. Do we seriously need to stalk this Ahimra quest? The infection count is basically done. Even if someone butts in, who cares? The nest egg is the real prize. Sun fixed his specs. We can't risk it. Michelle vanished. Heading back. Sun turned away. Catch you later. MC watched from a window. Two of them? Definitely working together. Gotta be some shady organization. Normal guilds would have introed and offered a deal. This wasn't a standard checkup. Who are these guys? Later, while Skelly's trained, MC sat on a stump. One thing's certain, he thought. That egg quest is huge. They definitely saw my video. They knew Ha-Mask got the lead from Ahimri. Since they let me walk, they don't care who I am. Jen sighed. I'm lost, but if I push the story, I'll bump into them again. Maybe I should pause. The uploads. Why do psychos always ruin my life? Dealing with Chijin is enough. Park Suji, Chessie and Sek, spoke up. Good work. How was the exam? Suwon snatched a water bottle. Total trash. Not one smart person? Suji shivered. She's right, she thought, terrified. Suwon asked. Any news on Ha-Mask? That video guy? Since he hasn't replied, maybe he joined a guild? Suwon crushed the bottle, annoyed. Another guild? Suji was trembling. No way that's real. I'll double check. Silence shot up from her chair. Don't come back, till you're 100% sure. She strutted to the screen, casually swapping outfits right there. So, Silent asked, did the big boss say anything? Zip. 0. Silent smirked. Classic. He stays quiet as long as I'm crushing it in Warlord. But the second she mentioned gaming, he basically tried to nuke the engagement. Suji stared, totally admiring. The view. Asterisk dang, she is ripped. Asterisk Silent barked, repost the recruit notice. I want that report by morning. Suji's jaw dropped. Morning? Are you serious? Silent stormed out, leaving Suji scrambling. She chased after her, grumbling, ugh, her attitude is trash. Meanwhile, our hero stared at the murky swamp water. Been ages since I visited Lizard Land, he pondered. Himri is at Bonsu Castle, means the quest is local. Gotta find an egg, right? Could be a bird, reptile, or giant creepy bug. Can't go to the high-level zones yet, so Lizard Swamp it is. Guess I'll start the hunt here. If I strike out, I'll move. He called his bony boy over. Listen up, mobs here are tough. Time to max out our stats. He dumped every buff he had. Asterisk ding. Asterisk system popped up. Helmet of Madness, Mastery level F. Apply symbol to head. And cast spell to trigger. He read the prompt. Draw symbol, cast spell, got it. He shouted, rise. Red mana exploded around the skeleton like a flare. Whoa, are those horns? Sick. Time for a test drive. He pointed at himself. Attack me. But a warning flashed. Warning, target may go berserk. June shrugged. Do it. The skeleton roared and swung a bony fist. June watched the swing, Then times bam, asterisk, he decked his own summon. It hit the dirt, the other skeletons just stared. Hey, who you aiming at, bonehead, are you blind? Jay squinted. He checked the log. Is this a bug? He felt innocent. I didn't mess up. Don't tell me my own skill is trolling me. Suddenly, a level 30 lizard man burst from the river. June tilted his head, smiling. Perfect timing. Let's see how this works in a real fight, he signaled. Get up. The system chimed. Helmet of Madness active. Stats increased 1.2 times. Bone armor equipped. Chest plate added. The skeleton crew geared up. They charged, growling. The lizard men hissed back, annoyed. June snapped his fingers. Get 'em, boys. The skeletons dove in, no hesitation. A lizardman roared, but a skeleton teleported behind it. Asterisk smash, asterisk critical hit. The system log lit up. Defeated 3 lizardmen. Gained 864 XP. Received. Major level spikes incoming. The bony boys dropped to their knees. Before the boss. Our guy grinned, totally stoked, yelling that these were sick gifts. He told him to listen up for the weekly game plan. They would farm mobs and hunt for that egg. If it's a no-show here, they'd bounce to the next spot. Get to it. Meanwhile, Ilya's lurking in the trees, watching him. She licked her lips, totally vibing. She knows her legendary beauty is obvious too, like everyone. She hates to flex, but facts are facts. Why deny it? No matter what she does, peeps adore her. That's why her life is usually totally sweet. If drama hits, her loyal minions come sprinting to save the day. But a bit ago, she was rushing, tripped, and did a massive faceplant into a puddle. Ilya clenched her fist, raging hard, thinking this place is a total vibe killer. A slave swore leveling up here was a breeze. Too bad that idiot died, leaving her stuck. The local mobs are way too buff. She's scared to move. She just needs one servant. Right then, Ilya locked onto our hero. She flashed a wicked grin and thought, target acquired. MC froze when he heard a scream. Ilya flopped to the dirt, begging for help. She threw in a sob story about not walking, 'cause her legs were busted. Ilya thought intensely, how's that? Surely his heart would break seeing a hot girl suffering, right? He shouldn't be able to resist helping. MC just kept walking. Ilya was totally shook. Where's he going? A literal 10 out of 10. Needs aid and he's ghosting her? She helplessly reached her hand out, yelling for Mr. Necromancer. MC calmly thought this scream drama. Ilya pursed her lips in pure rage. She rolled her eyes, biting her lip, till it bled, wondering how he dared ignore her. Later, our guy watches the showdown, skeletons vs. lizard dudes. He face-palmed hard and sighed, listening to Ilya's fake groans and whining. He decided she was a total airhead. He ghosted her to save time, but she just wouldn't quit. Is this a game or a circus act? Be for real. The hero decides enough is enough. He turned his head and asked what she wanted. Ilya acted all shy, saying she dropped her sword in a swamp while hunting. Could he fetch it? He noted. She better leave him the heck alone once he got the sword back. Ilya beamed, thanked him, and totally agreed. She swore she wouldn't forget this. Inside, she grinned like a psycho. He was hooked. A bit later, on a tiny swamp island. Boom, there's the sword. Ilya pointed it out. She thanked our hero, saying she'd be lost without him. MC asked, annoyed, you gonna keep your word? He gets the sword, she gets lost. He sighed heavily, telling the skeletons to grab the loot. They calmly headed into the swamp. Ilya thanked him with a super sly smile. She thought, looking deranged, that necromancers are helpless without backup. He dared ignore her? She quickly aimed her weapon at his direction. He snapped his head sideways, flashing a psycho grin, spotted Ilya pumping the brakes. Ilya looked shocked right before he grabbed her gear, yeeted her hard. Splash. She flailed in the muck, screaming, damn necromancer. Like she'd walk away? Nah. Her simps would roast him. Jay hid his smirk. Behind you. Ilya turned slowly, asking, what was up? Then the lizard dudes opened their maws. She shrieked. MC rolled his eyes. Wanna scam him? Try harder. He reads players like her like a book. Jaeyoon pulled a face, tongue out. Dummy. Honestly, he was just over the constant BS. Turned away, muttering total waste. Barked at his skeletons to move. One bonehead tried an aggro move, the other stared. GN snapped, quit the shady skills or I'll bury you. Ping. System says, Ilya is toast. He was hyped and checked, did he score points? Rare, since he didn't technically kill her. He smirked, figuring he'd say it anyway. You guys actually stand these idiots? Meanwhile, 3 fanboys watched the whole mess online. Later, swamp leaves drifted. A fan wheezed, blade in his shoulder. Head down, he screamed. About fairness, revenge for Lady Ilya. MC was chill. Quick question, though. Why go hard for her? You get 0 loot. Think avenging her scores. A date? Why are you so obsessed with a pixel? Girl you've never met? The guy snorted, laughing. MC paused. Then the dude yelled, because I love her. Jay sighed. Total cringe, this moron tried to play him and got played. Who knew cornered dogs barked that loud? And now these creeps were chasing him daily. John ran a hand through his hair. Already stressed about missing that stupid egg. Now a goon squad wanted him. Find and kill him? Nah, too much drama. Ping, system says, unattended, war watch acquired. Plus 5.11 gold coins, boots, and a rare necklace. Yo, MC gasped. Is this the 800,000 one? He forgot love pays. Jaeyoon threw his hands up. Thanks, simp. Kissed the loot just as a fan screamed, there's the guy. MC waved cheerfully. Yep, I'm the freak who offed Ilya, he said hey to the angry mob. Jihan bolted, sweating bullets, thinking there was a grow. It was a whole squad of haters. The mob screamed orders to wreck him. Our guy glanced back, wondering just how many dudes were chasing him. Seriously, is this girl's fan club an army? John braked, realizing this situation was total bad news. He waved a hand, commanding his skeletons to engage. One fan yelled, look. He's summoning bones just like the rumors said. Get him. He leaves it to his buddy. Then, an Ilya stan casts the skill power of love. John was like, that's not even a real skill. But nope, the system window dinged, skeleton destroyed. John clenched his jaw, totally triggered. Not only were they outnumbering him, but their levels were way higher. It was too much. He'd just be feeding them experience points if he stayed to fight everyone. The crowd roared that he was bailing and they needed to catch him. John leaned against a tree later, wheezing hard. He called the fans a bunch of obsessed creeps. He was stressed, knowing he couldn't shake them due to the massive level gap, but he had to keep moving. John scanned the area, confused. This spot felt different from the usual muck. He didn't recall seeing scenery like this. He'd been scouring the zone for days and never saw these colors. A smirk crept onto his face. This might actually be it. Soon, a fan scout looked around, shouting, where did that speedy necro go? He quickly pointed to the side, screaming that he spotted the bony minions. But get this, John's skeletons were just chilling, literally dancing in the mud. The mob froze, totally confused by the emotes. One guy clenched a fist in rage, yelling, disrespecting our goddess Ilya isn't enough for. John ignored the drama completely. Another guy frowned, thinking, is it really that deep? But the stand charged the skeletons, screaming about vengeance. Suddenly, a massive swamp dragon, level 40 boss, burst from the earth. The dude panicked. What kind of nightmare is that? The beast snagged him instantly with its tongue, hoisting him sky high. The guy, dripping sweat, shrieked in horror that it was a swamp dragon. Meanwhile, John lurked behind a tree, listening to the chaos. He never thought he'd stumble right into the boss's lair by accident. That dragon is a tank with crazy health, defense, and damage. You usually need a squad of 20, level 40 players, and even then, a team wipe is likely. Rumor had it, this boss was just cleared recently. So, technically, it shouldn't be here, but if you trigger the location with the specific quest, it forces a respawn. So if the boss is up, the mission is live. John, sitting in the mission is live, dirt, wondered if a Heimri really sent him to fight this beast for an egg. Since John was only level 20, he fumed, thinking a Heimri was insane. This was basically suicide. But wait. Luck was on his side, he found AR team to help. The fans screamed they couldn't take the swamp dragon and should run. John smirked evilly and raised his hand. Looks like I found my meat shields, he thought. Although he was underleveled, he had a plan. It was a miracle he found suitable bait. The fans were panicking, ready to flee. John grinned maliciously, preparing to trap them, waving him off like, not gonna work. The mana-pumped skeletons just rushed the trolls. One guy glared, totally salty, screaming that they were trapped. His buddy smirked, acting all tough, who cares? We'll bust through. Then times wham times the dragon's tail whipped around, launching the dude into orbit. He screamed that the beast was blocking the exit. Jay darted out from the bushes, catching the guy's eye. Hey! The necro's bailing, he yelled. Jay just grinned, sending a mental times for the distraction. Your sacrifice. Epic. Time to loot the empty nest. He hopped in casually, wind swirling under his sneakers. Jay scanned the spot and whispered, I'm in. Thanks for the loot. But then he froze, panic rising. Wait. Seriously? No egg? He frantically tossed the nest. No way. Gotta be here somewhere. Finally, Jay grabbed something. He stared at it, skeptical. It was the only suspect item around, but honestly, looked more like a rock than a rare drop. But with zero other options, ding, system alert, skeleton warrior is toast. Jay whipped his head around. Shoot. That dragon definitely smelled a rat and was doubling back. 0 time left. The beast peeked into the nest, growling like crazy. Jay, crouching behind the edge, sweated. Too close. With the boss right there, looting was over. He had to bail with this rock. Egg or not. Later, those trolls lay wiped out in the swamp. Jay strolled up to the leader, squatting with a wild grin. He swiped the guy's watch. Yo, Warlord is wild, huh? Love the freedom, but man, it attracts some real idiots. The guy glared, furious, calling Jay a total freak. Jay pointed his sword right at the dude's nose. Listen up. He stabbed the blade into the dirt. I've put up with you, clowns forever. But my life's on the line now. One warning, stay out of my way, or else. Jay stepped back, leaving them shaking. He leaped over the bog, stomping on him. I swear, if these losers keep tailing me, they're dead meat. Time to get paid. Jay opened the guild chat, found the swamp dragon's lair. Selling coords. 100,000 gold. Think I'm joking? Nah, dead serious. Later, Jay slammed the egg on the table, looking away coolly. Got your stuff, Ahimri. Jay tensed, praying internally, please be the right item. I am not going back there. Ahimri adjusted his specs, eyeing the rock. This is it, he confirmed. Exactly what I needed. Jay fist pumped, grinning like a maniac. Yes. Ahimri looked impressed. Faster than I thought. Figured a noob like you would struggle. Jay just rolled his eyes. That NPC totally knew. Seriously, what is Ahimri's deal? Jay was salty. He grinded so hard. Would that weirdo drop the next quest? Ahimri asked, Yo, recognize this? Whenever they raided mutant zones, this loot always dropped. Infection stones. MC gasped, hand over mouth, totally shook. Suddenly, the mob swarming him made sense. These stones? Key items for the main quest. No wonder. Had to block other players from messing up their run later on. MC knew this quest was sus, but main quest setup? Never saw that coming. Ahimri shrugged. My bad. Knew it was crazy hard, he admitted. But every hero faces the unknown eventually. Had to check your vibe. He glared. Ready to fight. The infection, Jay? Jay fist pumped, raging, head down. A shot at the main quest? Once in a lifetime. He threw hands up. I swear on my soul, let's go. Ahimri cut him off. Whoa, chill out, kid. Jay knows those mobs are OP. I don't give impossible grinds to promising noobs. Jay froze. Wait, is my level too low? He panicked, but Ahimri grinned. However, call me the great mage and beg to be my student, I might agree. Door slams. Bam. System alert pops up. Quest complete. Looted a nest egg and got the title Ahimri's apprentice. New quest, training with Ahimri. Come back at level 40. Loot, skill book, infection tracking ring. Jay fumed. This guy's a total troll. Later, dragon head bursts into flames. Roast time. Knights cheer. Good game. It's over. Healers, over here. One player grinned. Guild finally did something epic. Captain nodded. Tell the squad to take 5. He jogged over, beaming. Yo. Thanks, man. You're way stronger than we thought. Sun pushed his glasses up. No biggie. You guys did the heavy lifting. Nah, the captain said, without your strats, at least, 5 of us would be toast. Thanks to you, 0 deaths. He'd been skeptical about hiring a paid carry for the boss, but hiring Sun Yun? Best decision ever. Captain grabbed a bag, not much, but here, a bonus. Sun paused. Wait, we had a deal. Just the agreed fee. Captain smiled. It's just a tip, bro. Take it. Sun shook his head. I don't break contracts. Captain blinked, stunned. Sorry? He thought, who turns down free cash? Isn't that the point? Sunyin helping? Kinda sus for a top-tier ranker to crash a low-level raid. Like, who is this helper anyway? Sunyin breezed past the captain, claiming he's looting whatever he wants, just like. They agreed. Cap cupped his hands, yelling, joke's on you, prob. Nothing valuable left. Sun smirked. Luck was on his side. Finally, a chance to snag that infection stone. Hearing the swamp dragon respawned, Sunyin panicked that Weirdo might actually clear the quest. But since the dragon's breathing, that noob totally flopped. You can't clap a boss with just summons. Sunyin grinned like a villain. I'm taking that stone, mask boy. Ain't finishing this. Then he froze, staring blankly at the completely empty nest. Head down, raging. A primal scream ripped from the cave. Meanwhile, our hero chilled at his PC, arms crossed. Finally over, he sighed. All that grinding and suffering. He kept telling himself to hang in there, and now? It paid off. Time to end the misery. The MC pumped his fist. I'm doing it. I'm absolutely doing it. I'm ordering beef. Jay hopped up, phone in hand. I've been starving to save cash, but I crushed the main quest. So we're good, right? He figured he'd made enough bank to treat himself. Eyes glued to his screen with pure hype, he shouted, time to cash out into real money. His phone buzzed with the transfer notification. History, deposit of 1,200,144. I love this game. Meet time. Then 1,000,001 vanished to pay the debt. 100,000 bills. 300,000 rent, balance, 856.1. He froze, brain dead. He grabbed his hair, screaming, I hate this ATM life. Not even enough for snacks? He slammed the desk, raging, I grind this hard and I'm still broke. Ping. Text from Romani, you alive? Did John rage quit streaming? Oops. Forgot to update her on the drama. Can't stream, currently being hunted. He started typing. Then he paused, furious. Wait, why am I scared of some losers when I'm literally starving? What did I even do? I'm just abusing game mechanics. I don't care about anyone. Jan does what he wants. Later, crows cawed from the graveyard trees. Our boy spawned back in. Skeleton crew in tow. System alert, entering the forest of death. He sighed, no matter how often I come, it still creeps me out. He grinned though, best spot for XP farming, plus the spooky vibes are perfect for my content. Jay turned to his bony minions. Let's hunt. But first, meet the new guy. We've got an upgrade. Magic strats are on the menu, so, better vibe with the bony dude. The skeleton mage shyly poked his fingers together. Jay figured this skill came from that Himri guy. Higher mastery equals way sicker spells for the skeleton. Dope skill, but it chugs mana like crazy. Jay face palmed, sighing, today, we're hunting this. Boom. Hands burst from the dirt, tons of level 33 skellies rose up. His bone bros stared at the evil ones, shook. Jay spotted an enemy nearby. He tilted his head. Yo, why are you guys just chilling? Go wreck 'em. The skeleton warrior's jaws dropped in terror. Jay explained his squad would soon see these spooks weren't just standard mobs. He eyed his cowering minions. What are you doing? Jay snapped his fingers, annoyed. Quit stalling. We're busy. He ordered them to charge as soon as possible. One bony fighter rushed in and smacked the enemy hard. The baddie ducked and instantly raised a hand. His warrior panicked and jumped back. Jay sighed. Basic hits won't work. He pulled out a mage hammer with 35 strength. Grinning, he smacked the skeleton. Solid hit, he said, lowering the hammer. Jay pointed. See that? Got a chop there. Heads off. He paused, eyeing the scared boneheads. What gives? Goal, smash 100 skeletons in 100 minutes. Fail, and I'll leave you here to rot. The skeletons, sobbing, charged into battle. Later, a system window popped, skeleton dead. Jay stood chill and nodded. Nice. He figured the guys would take longer to learn new weapons, but they were crushing it. He noted that the bone brawl was epic. Just gotta call Rumini. Jay gritted his teeth against the wind. He eyed the huge level 35 mana cloaked warrior. Jay realized it was a rare spawn, a skeleton warrior that looked suspiciously like a cow. He sprinted at it, yelling for his crew to attack. He licked his lips. Dinner time. Steaks? Fried or baked? He saw the weapon drop. The warrior smashed the ground hard, denting it. The hero braced against the ground, stopping short. Whoa. Creepy, he yelled. Haven't even started and I'm already almost dead. Good thing he targeted the hand first. The warrior stared at its broken hand, then aimed the hammer at Jay. He smiled, lunging at the enemy. Time to test this toy. Later, Jay and his crew took a knee. Winded, he exhaled. Everyone good? Way easier than I thought. The skeleton warrior pointed at Jay. He smiled and dude was super impatient. Zero chill, right? The bone mage cooked up a fireball while hiding behind the tank. The wizard tossed that spicy meatball. Flames totally engulfed the bad guy. System ping, MC wrecked the skeleton warrior. XP secured. Jay stared at the roasting mob. This clip's getting 10,000 views, minimum. The hero rubbed his chin. Man, I've got a serious case of the munchies, should have barbecued it. System alert pops up. Area boss sensed his minion got clapped. Boss has spotted intruders. Awakening mode, on. Massive magic. Circle spawns right in front of me. Enter the level 40. Golden Lich, crossing his arms like a total diva. Our hero nervous laughed. What is that thing? The Gold Lich runs the dead forest, top tier mage who deletes everything alive. He's the newbie nightmare. Jay grinned, sweating buckets. If you think about it, farming all those skellies triggered the boss. He didn't even consider it. The hero realized there was zero promise he'd beat this Lich. But the payout? Huge. He had a vague strat. If he buffed the skeletons to the max, he might clutch it. He turned his head to hype his squad. Then he totally froze. No comrades? System ping, summons recalled, not enough mana. Jay facepalmed hard, screaming internally. It was obvious. He summoned 4 bones and let the mage spam spells. No wonder his mana tanked fast. Hand on forehead, he sighed. No choice. He smirked, tapping his gear. Time to throw hands. He equipped his stuff. MC raised his glowing weapon with swagger. The enemy stared. Jay said, let's roll. He rushed in. The Lich spawned a magic seal behind him. Mouth open, blasting streams of mana right at the hero. MC sprinted at the foe, dodging the beams. He smirked. 1 hit equals death, and he's spamming them. That's the newbie nightmare for you. Jay knew at this rate, it was good game. He jumped, raising his hammer. Just gotta stop him. He smashed the Lich's hand and it crumbled. The foe grimaced in pain, and MC dodged sideways. Lich stared at his failing seal. Jay landed. No arms means no casting, he noticed. He turned, grinning. I'll just rip him off. The Lich gaped. System window popped up. Boss is judging the player. The boss was checking MC's skills, re-evaluating. The Lich quickly clasped his hands, charging a spell. Dark mana arcs and lightning were flaring at his sides. June was like, yo, what is this move? A mana nuke slammed the dirt, but our boy barely managed to yeet himself sideways. He shrieked, scrambling away. What the heck? He spun around, sensing the creep was close. Froze up when he spotted something. June hopped forward, dodging a beam that toasted the floor. He tripped, rolled, and face-planted a gravestone. Thinking hard, seriously? My memory bank is drawing a blank. No matter how much I rack my brain, nothing. June rubbed his chin. Is there a glitch? He wondered, does the Golden Lich have secret phases, or did the devs buff him like the Minotaur? Classic balance patch issues. Jay sighed with a grin. Total amnesia. He gripped his weapon tight. No skeletal minions, no strategy guide for this boss's AI. How do I even aggro this beast properly? The protagonist stared at the lich in the smog. A mana blast zoomed straight at him. John tilted his head. Guess I'll just wing it. He sprinted ahead, juking the mob's attacks like a pro. He watched the bright flash, knew exactly what move was queuing up and how to dodge. Problem was, his DPS window was tiny. Zero time for a solid counter. Need to find a hitbox weakness. June paused too. Think panic spike. He snapped his head sideways fast. The lich snatched his arm. June grunted, dude, personal space. The boss hoisted him up like a trophy, screaming right in his face. June laughed. Just a curse? Lame. How many new scripts does this NPC have? A magic seal popped up in front of him. John smirked. I've got cheats too. He raised a hand and cast curse. System dinged, demon's curse active. Target stats nerfed by 13%. He snapped free from the enemy's grip, lunging at his skull. Grinned wildly, realizing he'd been waiting for an opening like this. And just like that, he clenched his fist and sucker punched the lich. A massive boom ripped the air. Bone confetti flew everywhere. Boss down, June announced. Good game, easy. He stuck the landing. As the system notified, you fragged the golden lich. XP gained, 97,963 gold looted. Title Skeleton Slayer unlocked. Level up. June yelled. Christmas came early. Hand on his chest, heart pounding. He stripped his gear. Too close for comfort. Open status. The window popped, level 36. He had 9 titles. And his stats were Strength 109, Intelligence 101, and Mana 141. Level 36 already? So hyped. He chilled out. Keeping this pace might get risky though. He noted his mana was only 141. Big problem. He'd barely put points into it, survived on pure skill and power leveling until now. But with more skills unlocking, meant he needed way more mana juice. MC had buffed the skellies. Good. But useless if they despawned instantly. June crouched, gripping his hair. I grabbed every mana title I could. Need better gear, but I'm totally broke. He gave a strained grin, then looked up. Wait. He bounced up, hyped. I'll just send the clip to Romani and grind to level 40. He told his steak dinner to hang tight, he was coming. Moments later, the video played, showing the boss drop dead. Romani hit pause. She let out a shaky breath at her desk. Wham. She punched her pillow with massive force. This guy is driving me mental. She zoomed around her room, screaming. He soloed a high level boss and didn't take one hit? Is he a robot? What kind of insane talent is that? She flopped onto her chair. The raw footage was already fire. Barely needed edits. Just format and post. What's the clickbait title? Skeleton Jock? Nah. Solo server wipe? Romani grinned wide. Got it. The king of solo leveling. Back at Banzu Castle, Jian swaggered in. Returned buff, like I said. Ahimri eyed him up and down. You look different. Crawl out of a monster den? Jian frowned. You seriously trolling me right now? He laughed. Just give me the loot. The NPC waved a hand. Asterisk poof asterisk. A book hovered there. Your reward, kid. System ping, mission 2 done. Skeleton. Mastery book acquired. Jian's eyes popped. No way. That's ultra rare necro loot. Not even in shops. System, mastery, level F, skeleton stats up 5%, summoning costs, down 10%, can summon +1 skeleton. Yes, my mana issues are history, he shouted, you're the best. Looking totally shook. Ahimri held out a glowing ring. Ring of contagion. Made it from that rock you grabbed. Let its power serve you. System ping, unique item. Unique class traits up by 2 points. All stats boosted by 9. If you rock this with the contagion necklace, stats jump by 21 points. The hero geeked out, eyes wide. Is this that legendary ring, the one given new to the first player who crushes the main quest? He reached out, practically screaming thank you. But then, total curveball. Ahimri yanked his hand back, ring and all. Actually, now that I think about it, I probably shouldn't just give this away for free. He turned his back on him. Jian stood there frozen, jaw on the floor. Wait, seriously? You're kidding, right? He couldn't process the troll. Ahimri spun back around, looking at the stunned hero. Just messing with you. But Jian was still staring, wondering what the heck just happened. Grinned, taunting him to tag along. Catch me. Then he snorted. Too hard? With a scary face, he roared, run or die, noob. Later, he dragged himself out of town, total gassed. What's with that psycho geezer? He'd have ended him if not for the NPC immunity. Anyway, he snagged the ring for the next quest. Ahimri mentioned losing comms with Agent Miji. Looks like a Sururu castle trip is due. For now, MC, looking salty, muttered, I'll spare you today. Sururu is suicide at low levels. Gotta grind XP. On the way. Suddenly, his wrist gadget buzzed. A ping from Romani. Breaking news, dude. She just dropped a lich clip online, you gotta watch. He clicked it. Whoa, over 2 million views? The donos were blasting audio messages too. He was shook by the cash flow and literally face planted. Jackpot. He tallied the loot, already daydreaming of epic feasts. Beaming, he hyped himself up. I can try everything now. He knew it'd go viral, but not times this time's huge. Ready to log, another ping. A Thunder Hunter Guild headhunter. Wired 1 million credits. You ignored my DMs, so I'm paying for attention. Leaving a comment here. We want you in Thunder Hunters. Official invite. He squinted. Recruiting me? Isn't this Solon's toxic guild from my past life? Can't they chill? Rerun much? He flipped the bird at the bird screen and yelled, hard pass on Thunder Hunters. Over my dead body. John chilled. Wait, I said that before. Flashback to when he glared at her, asking why she was thirsting. After so many no's, he had a squad then. A buddy sighed, looking bummed. It's sick, though. Thunder Hunters are top 30. Leader's a loaded Nepo baby, so joining means fat stacks guaranteed. Makes sense they want a pro like you. You're cracked at the game. Your clips are god tier. Honestly, too good for us. John scowled, cutting the glaze. Don't care about the pay. Not joining, we'll be rich on our own fame. Why quit? Mid-grind to be a worker drone? One guy smirked. True. Then came the betrayal. He face palmed. Was backstabbing me worth it? He slapped himself awake. Forget the cash. Focus. Too much to do. No time to simp for small wins. I'm chasing the big leagues. He spawned his skellies, and they stood ready for orders. That grinny lich. Yeah, smoked him solo, he bragged. Alone. Time to grind XP. Can't be N0 BS again. No repeat fails. Point taken. He flashed back to his squad, whining, we're toast, dude, let's just chill a sec. Why so extra? Sorry, but we ain't built different. The Bone Bros threw up thumbs. MC grinned, thinking, new game plus vibes. He glanced over and smirked, gotta be OP. He eyed the crew, and dropped the pin, Siryu Castle. Training montage en route. You down? They all nodded. Then he dropped the bomb. Easy mode, just running the whole way, grabbed a twig, trip, and you're gathering your own ribs. Soul chilled on. Dead dragons, staring off. Guild Hatch hollered at. Miss Sierra, penny for your thoughts? Meeting starting. She hopped down. What's the tea on the infection? Quest? Zilch, he sighed. Still ghosted on the key. For the next level. She made a total stank face. Can't believe Hydra triggered the main story first. Total cringe. Chill, it's gonna turn around, he said. We're still crashing the top 30 guild summit. Hanging with losers isn't a flex. He spun around. Watch your mouth. Meanwhile, our boy MC thought, asterisk debt cleared. Time to wail on rare skill books, asterisk. Then he sobbed, broke again? Why? He flopped on, a rock. Thought I was ready, but my bank balance. It physically stung. Time out, let's check the loot. He tapped book 1. System dinged, asterisk, congrats, you, asterisk bag dermal plastic. Level F. Asterisk passive buff. Gluing monster junk to your skin. If you get wrecked by combos, just slap on fresh monster bits. Wait, a tank skill? He blinked, totally shook, then grinned. Gotta test this as soon as possible. System popped up. Asterisk use skeleton warrior horn for upgrade? Asterisk boom. Skeleton warrior vibes unlocked. Defense +5, asterisk. He drew his blade, whacked his hand 0 damage. Smirking, he was like, okay, this slaps. He grabbed the next tome. Asterisk ding. You unlocked. Asterisk curse of sloth. Level F, asterisk nerfs enemy speed. Big, fast, buff baddies cost way more mana. And the debuff barely lasts. Time to troll a skeleton. Nearby. Sick, he said, totally useful for brawls. He reached for the last book. Asterisk ding. Asterisk system says, summon golem unlocked. Finally, he grinned at the pop-up. This was the one he wanted most. Super hard to get to. He cast it, and bam, giant rock dude appears. Big stone bro arrived. Nailed it, he cheered. Total win. Necromancer rule has shown. Golems are essential, way better than any tank. Snap. He set the monster to copy mode. Check this, he said. It syncs perfectly with my moves. My skills plus its muscle? That's broken OP. But the golem just stood there. Yo, why aren't you moving? He frowned. Glitch much? Finally, the thing moved. Like, barely, total slow motion lag fest. He stared, confused. Don't tell me that's max speed? He laughed nervously. What am I supposed to do with this brick? He collapsed. This game is absolute trash. Just then, guild holograms flickered on. One voice spoke. Looks like the squad's all here. Shall we start? Nurgle, the Ares boss, nodded. Thanks for pausing the grind. I know you're busy. Matador grinned. Same old ugly faces, huh? Berg, the Oskel leader, gave a tight smirk. Thunder Queen Sir just sat there, silent and chill. Berg looked salty. We invited 29 players. Only 4 showed? That's actually sad. Chev smiled. Honestly? More than I expected. Getting all 30 warlords together is impossible. Nurgle agreed. True, top guilds usually hate each other. We never meet. But Hydra found the infected count. They know the ID. They're raiding the boss next month. Chev grinned. And the rest of us are total noobs about it. If Hydra pulls this off, they're gonna flex hard. Berg slammed the table. If they get to the count, it's game over. They secure the main storyline instantly. The content, the sponsors, they bag everything. Salion deadpanned. Scared of competition? Go play. In the sandbox. Don't annoy me. Berg raged. You wanna get deleted? Chill, the others shouted. We're not here to PvP. Right, fighting amongst ourselves just buffs Hydra. That's why I say we ally up against them. The 4 guilds here sign a truce until the count arc ends. We share all quest intel. Deal? Chev shrugged. Not a fan of secret clubs, but looks like we're stuck. Berg chuckled. Just stay out of my lane, and we're good. It's decided then. Later, Salion hit the shower. She scowled, thinking what a bummer this was. Can't even clear the chapter 1 boss without help? Forced to party up like total noobs. But honestly, there's nothing we can do about it. Nothing we can do about it now. If they speedrun the main story first, it's game over for us. Huge drama. We gotta take the L for now and wait for an opening. She hit up the group chat. Listen, this is a direct order. Stalk the Hydra Guild. If they make a move, ping me as soon as possible. That infected count boss is ours. No matter what. Later, over at the Raider Association hub in Banzu Castle, Jay's jaw dropped. Bro, say that again? The NPC in front of him pointed at the map. Go to Boru Forest. Agent Miggy ghosted us there. You need to scout the zone and find clues. Dude, are you for real? That map is crawling with level 70 mobs. It's basically a suicide run. I'll get one-shotted instantly. The guy sighed. Look, that's why I'm picking you, Himri's Padawan. I need you to hit up Boru. Refuse, and I'm revoking your infection seeker badge. A bit later, Jay stormed out and slumped on the fountain rim. He buried his face in his hands, totally tilted, replaying the convo. He looked super salty. Asterisk ding. Asterisk system alert. New quest. Find Miji. Objective. Locate the missing agent hunting the infection stones. And finish the job. Loot. 500 gold coins plus a bonus. Fail state. You lose the infection seeker class if you don't clutch it in time. Timer. 29 days, 9 hours, 33 mins. Are you kidding me? Jay yelled, looking triggered. If I lose my class, I get kicked from the main storyline? That's so toxic. Why is this game so sweaty? He realized he totally bit off more than he could chew diving into the main plot. Pure headache material. Normally, A noob like him would get wrecked by these quests. Somehow, he'd cheesed his way through until now. But now he's staring at a level 60 quest with a delete condition. Now what? Can't rage quit the main story. But he definitely can't solo that forest. Then, some randoms nearby caught his ear. Think Hydra Guild is gonna speedrun the main story? They'll gap every other guild on the leaderboards. A girl replied, other top guilds can't even start the chain. Then the guy asked, but if the infected count gets clapped, does the quest void for us? Jay grinned, big brain energy unlocked. He realized, maybe he didn't have to grind the dungeon himself after all. Meanwhile, Hydra members were camping the castle, bored out of their minds, dead silent. Are we done yet? Staring at walls all day is literally driving me insane. Sitting next to him was Nathal, Hydra's 8th commander, chill as ice, glued to his binoculars. The goon asked, yo, wonder what the drop is for killing Mac? Hydra's taking the number 1 spot, easy clap, right? Nathal kept watching. Don't count your chickens yet. Squad isn't finished. We're just support right now, keeping eyes on Macau's base. Don't slack off and leak intel. Pro stay. Frosty. Suddenly, something popped off. A dude dashed out of the woods, hollering his name. Kim from Red Bulls, rank 3, greeted him grinning like crazy, saying they hadn't linked up in ages. Enthla, looking totally shook, asked, yo, what Red Bull's doing here? He pointed back, claiming he came to clap the mountain boss. His level's decent. Isn't that why they're here? He eyed his pal, realized they couldn't spill the tea on their goals, so he mumbled whatever. He stepped up and asked, all thinking face like, what's with the mug? Did I kill the vibe with business? He started to dip, smiling that it was time to bounce. He wouldn't make it awkward. Nunthal got super salty and yelled that he was dead wrong. Go back. His teammate grabbed him to chill. Kim hit a button. I got the 8th commander of Hydra here. Seems the intel was legit. Shev was low-key shook. Yale said the Anon tip about the infected count's location was actually true. She thought it was bait. Why give major info for free? What's the angle? He wondered if there was a mole in Hydra. Kim said, can't stress that now. Hydra could snatch everything. How about you jump in and buy us time? He refused calmly. If this is the infected count's castle, most of our guild is stuck there. Can't lose an elite player right now. He smirked. I'm flattered. Even without me, Red Bulls are Gucci. He didn't finish cause someone slammed into the ground next to him. Hard. They panicked at the boom and yelled his name. Kim blocked a sword blade. Looks like we weren't the only ones who got the DM. Thunder Hunter Princess is here too. Thunder Princess Hahi of the Thunder Hunter Guild grinned, spill everything or get wrecked. At the same time, a huge bear swiped a stone golem. Dealing a heavy hit, the golem tanked it, blocking everything. It waited for an opening, then threw a punch to counter. But the swing was laggy, and the bear just stood there, unbothered. The monster got super triggered and kept spamming attacks while the skeletons watched the show. MC checked his window. Nada. Why's it dead silent? I sent the plan. Why no reply? He figured the only fix without Boru Forest was to force clear the quest. Warlord's main storyline is huge. Right now? Chapter 1, The Infected Count. Once that dude is toast, the chapter and every related quest wraps up automatically. He scratched his head, admitting, even if I solo the count myself, no chance. I beat the timer. Better to just skip this whole chapter. So honestly, he doesn't care who pulls the trigger. It doesn't matter who the person is. Someone just has to get it done. Go delete him. He blasted the info to everyone. So why the radio silence? Ping. System says Hydra's official channel is live. Just then, the monster snapped his golem's arms like twigs. It wound up for the kill, but Jae Young bonked it. Chill. He needed to watch the stream in peace. He plopped onto a tree stump to watch the show with his skeleton crew and golem. The masked streamer waved. Hydra Guild here. We're the first to ID the count. Raid incoming. Date was set. Jay watched, sweating. Please be soon, he prayed. Like, within a month? Then the guy dropped it. 3 days. Jay killed the feed, chuckling. Faster than I thought, but not shocking. Everything was perfect. He grinned like a maniac. This is gonna be epic. Later, the golem went back to wrestling the giant bear. Jay perched on a branch. 3 days is nothing. They're probably sweating since he leaked the intel. But knowing Hydra? They're cracked. Zero worries. They're leading the main story for a reason, right? Stacked with pros. Once they clear this main quest, his headache is history. 3 days and it's game over. Flash forward, the stream showed a total party wipe. Hydra got deleted. Everyone dead. Jay stared in shock, then yeeted his phone. Are you kidding me? Speedrunning just to faceplant? Seriously? If you're going in, at least prep. Why show up just to get clapped in an hour? Did I bet on the wrong horse? Need a plan B? Asterisk ping times, Red Bulls just went live. Jay paused. Wait, isn't that Matador Chev squad? Acting on a hunch, he grabbed the phone. On screen, the leader spoke. Zone is resetting, so Hydra failed. He pinged the scouts. Did you see the carnage? A boss that wipes Hydra is no joke, that thing is a beast. Loot is low and odds are trash. He stabbed his sword into the dirt. But we ball. Challenge accepted. The guild roared. Even for a suicide mission, the members were super hyped, cheering him on. Jay frowned. They wanna go right now? Even for pros, that's sus. A bit too eager. Chev stepped up. Let me intro our ally joining the raid. Boss of Thunder Hunters, the Thunder Queen. Jay's eyes popped. No way. He stared at the screen. Back at camp, Jay smirked. Okay, didn't see that coming. Never thought the Thunder Queen would slide into the DMs. Herself. Wait, is she actually implying she's war? Nah. Soon laughed it off. As if. Total joke. After all, we're besties now. He smirked. For real? Word is, her squad absolutely wrecked one of his boys. She just grinned. Wrong. That's just our handshake. Then she pivoted. Let's talk shop. Rumor has it he's got the deets on the natch. Infected count. He played dumb. No clue. What you mean? She rolled her eyes. Ain't got time for games. She knew the top 30 guilds already snagged the boss spawn point. They're way too far out of the loop. Total noob if you don't get it. Chev grinned. You got me cornered. But she was spot on. They don't know who leaked the hint. She smirked slyly. Next question. Then. Think Hydra Guild can clutch this? He looked away, acting all iffy. Not sure. She flashed a cocky grin. Total wipe incoming. They're so thirsty for first clear. They rush the raid. But the count's a story boss. Beating him ain't a cakewalk. They'd have better odds letting other guilds be guinea pigs to gather intel. He chuckled. Pretty sure you didn't come to gossip about their odds. What does she want? Suddenly, Soon slammed her blade into the table, looking dead serious. Kim flinched, grabbing his gear, but Chev waved him down. How about we team up to raid the count? I'll pass on the first kill, she offered. Chev looked super shocked. Thought she was capping. A beat later, he watched the fight grinning. As expected, she's a pro at deals. The infected count, final boss of chapter 1 of the main quest, grinned wide at them. He laughed. Not bad for pathetic trash. Then he spammed mobs at them and yelled he'd grind them to dust. Peeps from both guilds charged into the mob mess. Chev jumped into the fray, thinking they were redlining. Solon stood surrounded by creeps, looking around. They're endless. Just then, he crash-landed in front of her. Sword up, he called out to the Thunder Queen, voice serious. I'll pave the way for you. He deleted the mobs ahead and yelled that she should end him. She rushed in. The Count, looking salty, asked, how dare they? He swiped with tentacles, but she dodged every hit, sprinting forward. She leaped high, swung her blade, smiling. It's over. But she couldn't react to the Count sneaking tentacles underground. He hit her super hard. Chev panicked, screaming for her. She just smiled, slicing the tentacles into confetti. Right after, she closed the gap and delivered a crit. He was stoked. Seeing this, she's even scarier than I thought. System pinged. Red Bulls and Thunder Hunters defeated the groove. June glued his eyes to the stream, jaw practically on the floor. Did Soon actually clutch that boss fight? He hopped up, super salty. Whatever, he scoffed. Long as that Count gets wrecked, I'm good. Enjoy the clout while it lasts, girl. That's the final W for you. He squeezed his fist. Next time, the crown is totally mine. Later, in the Balkans Mountains, he sprinted with his bone crew. Grinning, he pictured himself as the server's undisputed top dog. Gonna roast every single troll who played me, he plotted. But reality hit. A mob chased them. Yo, he yelled, panicking. Why does the universe hate me 24/7? Is this a prank? Earlier at the mountain gate, finally made it to the no-go zone. Area locked till quest event. The text usually read. Blah blah. He poked the invisible wall. Says keep out, huh? Smirking, he thought, asterisk, but I know the chapter 2 scoop, asterisk, asterisk, since chapter 1 is done, this barrier is fake news. Asterisk, asterisk shield should drop and let me through any second now. Asterisk, asterisk ding, asterisk, you have entered Balka's mountains. Success. Title unlocked, Mountain Pioneer. Sweet buff, all stats up, +2 to all, +1 to class? I'm cracked. He beamed. First player here, iconic behavior. He summoned his boys. Let's get this bread, skellies. He took one confident step. Boom. Instant monster mob, the HUD flashed red. Level 60 wild boars. Pack hunters. Wait, 60? He was only level 41. His eyes went wide. Uh-oh, he immediately bailed, sprinting away from the angry bacon. The pigs were raging. He glanced back, totally annoyed. Are you kidding? Boar ambush 5 seconds in? Just my luck. Walk 2 feet, get chased. Others probably figured. The zone is open. I gotta hustle, no time to lose. Odds were trash, but he had to try. Brain, do something. He spun around. Boneheads. Helmets on, now. Geared up, the skeletons charged the pig squad. But the boars wrecked them. Asterisk crunch. Asterisk system alert popped up. Skeleton warrior destroyed. Massive damage taken. He winced. One shot? Seriously? You guys are paper. Then he grinned. Psych. Just bait. He cast times lazy curse asterisk. Enjoy the lag, pork chops. He drew his blade, feeling cool. He charged. That's for breaking my toys, you overgrown hams. Then times whoops times stepped on a banana peel. Face planted hard. He looked up, spitting dirt. You have got to be joking. A level 50 armored monkey sat in a tree, cackling at him. The monkey pointed and mocked. June jumped up, fuming. Laugh it up, furball. But then his debuff timer hit 0. The boars shook off the curse. He froze. Uh-oh. This is super bad. Suddenly, a shot rang out. Boar about to wreck him. Some rando was chillin' up a tree, branch, spamming a crossbow. Super fast shots wiped all those creeps. MC watched, totally shook, with a face like, is he one-shotting them? Then the dude hopped down, to check if he was wrecked. He looked at his savior and had a hunch. Meanwhile at Suru Castle, 2 bros strolled the street, till one spotted something. Yo, gotta see this. They peeped Sunyun by the wall. Is that full white mamba? That gear costs a fortune. Total whale territory. Must be a ranker, never seen one in real life. He fixed his glasses, pinged Michelle, asking if she ID'd the guy who spilled the tea to the guilds. The edgy girl with dark vibes, lurking in the alley was like, nah, 0 clue who it is. Makes sense. We're talking about a dude who knew the infected count's ID, yet just leaked the info for free. 0 charge. How do you track that? He asked if any clues pointed to Haho's mask. She claimed he only posted basic bear hunting clips. No shot some noob starting the main quest ran this. Anyway, who's he carrying now? Sun dipped and said it'd be the cleansing guild. She sighed, salty. Peace? Dream on. He kept walking, saying he'd focus on his assistant. Gig. Told her to hunt down their target. He doesn't know the guy, but he's gonna pay. With a super mad look, he swore the guy would pay for breaking the meta. Later, in a forest shack, the dude slammed a warm drink down. Amory student? John nodded, grinning like crazy, thinking he lucked out. Never thought he'd bump into Emwin in real life, a key NPC from chapter 2 of the main quest. Standing there, he said John was lucky to catch him on patrol. The MC recalled the dude's armor look, thinking that even though he was pro and once coached the prince in fencing, he got booted for one screw up. Then he became captain of rangers, guarding Balka Mountains. The exact NPC he needed to meet. Massive time save. He couldn't finish his thought cause Emwin was like go home. Totally shook, Maven added, dunno why you're here, but there's nothing here but mobs. Go back where you came from, before you get wrecked. He just smirked and said, the infected count was toast. Figured no need to try Hard to get what he wanted. Knew a cheat for the good. Loot in chapter 2, smiled, saying infected mobs still roamed the area. Curious why, so I came here. You know anything? Maven looked shook and said, he had a hunch, though zero proof yet, reckoned he could totally help snag the evidence? Ding. System alert, title unlocked. First to vibe with the Balka Ranger. Also bagged the initiator title, boom, all stats up by 14. Whoa. Double rare titles drop? Sweet. He was totally digging this questline. Shouted I'm in, and promised to deliver. So, where to start? Ranger guy gave a chill look, told him to cool his jets and study the local creeps. Another alert, first task from Maven dropped, slay 50 mobs in Balkasa. Loot, 500 gold and street cred. Jay stepped out. So, monster hunting 101, yeah, perfect time to grind. Gonna skip the OP mobs like boars and bear dudes for now, needs easy prey. He remembered the troll armored monkey. Cracking his knuckles with a wicked grin, what part goes snip snip first? Meanwhile, that monkey was trolling noobs hard. One guy wiped out on a peel. Another ate dirt face first, into a rock, third one bonked her head. The monkey was loving the chaos. Spotted fresh meat, prepped a peel, giggling like a maniac. Finna throw it, but Jay spawned behind him. Gotcha, little punk. The monkey sweated. Jay did the throat slice gesture. Game over. Time for payback. He started slashing wildly, but the monkey juked every shot. Jay smashed a branch, and the beast hopped away. Jay chased, getting super salty. Stop moving, stupid trees are in the way. He paused. Time for big brain plays. Yeeted his sword at the monkey mid-jump. Monkey panicked for a sec, but the blade thunked into wood, missing its gut. It scratched its head and lolled at him. Sword was bait, bro. Jay smirked. Monkey missed the giant golem spawning behind it. Smash! Golem unleashed an energy blast, yeeting the tree and the monkey into oblivion. Jay watched the show. And that's a wrap. Ding. First to wreck an armored monkey title get. He pulled out his mask, grinning, time to farm the rest of the troop. Elsewhere, press crowded the lows. Main hall, hyping up Chev and Sil. Everybody cheered their clear of the chapter 1 boss. Some fan ran up to the girl for a quote. She beamed. Oh my god, we just got super lucky. We'll keep grinding to make you proud. As soon as the cameras cut, her face dropped. The nice girl act vanished. Her minion ran up to her and said she was hyped, totally the goat, thought they were cooked when that last mob wave hit, but she clutched up and soloed the infected count, told her bestie it was pure RNG, total luck. No dub without the Red Bulls there. She recalled Mask Guy, figured they need his hacks too. Stay OP. She face palmed and told Hahi to DM Hatch. Hahi got salty, why bother with that? Scrub? She looked dead inside, got biz with him. Meanwhile, Jaeon's wrecking monkeys, but suddenly his sword snapped. System screamed, durability hit 0, item deleted. He stared at the junk, annoyed it, maxed out. Guess it's time to find a new toy, but he's broke AF. Looks like he's gotta farm gems. Only option. Monster gems are rare loot, like super low drop rate. You craft with them and buff gear based on the mob they came from. Extra stats go bruh. Armored monkey gems are OP for crafting. He locked in, spread his arms, laughed like a villain, and swore to delete every single monkey server wide. Creeped his skellies out. 9 hours later? Still, no drops. Stared at the body pile, fell on his knees, raging. Gimme just one. He reached for a corpse, thinking the next one's gotta be the jackpot. Suddenly, some rando pulls up, shouting that he's Ha Mask. MC's exhausted. Who's this clown? Dude had pricey dragon drip and an orc hero sword. Level 70 at least. Is this one of those weirdos? Nah, he's solo. Dropped his name, Kyoto, did some cringe emotes, struck an anime pose, and challenged him to 1v1. Jade just stood there. Kyoto goes, heard you're trending right now, so if I clap you, I steal your clout. Just a clout chaser. Jay told him to get lost. Kyoto begged him to wait. Jay ignored him, salty about the 0 drop rate. And now this weirdo is griefing him. Kyoto says, wait, I'll pay 5,000 gold for a fight. MC froze, then sprinted back, grinning. Let's go, bro. This attention seeker is Quixote, hero of justice. Skilled guy, always the main character in every game. Well, used to be. In Warlord? 0 likes. Everyone simping for Haho Mask's viral clips. Quixote tried to steal the spotlight, but got ignored hard. When he looked up Haho Mask, he raged, punched the floor. Screamed that they started. Uploaded at the same time, but his views tanked. He's low tier with trash loot. Why is everyone simping for him? The jealousy hit hard. Cue the ugly crying. He blindly ran off, totally zoning out, deep into the woods. Just followed his feet until bam, stopped dead. Suddenly, a creepy cackle echoed nearby. Haho Mask and his Skele crew stood right there. Dude was shook. Is he grinding? I thought this zone was locked. Then, light bulb moment. Beat this guy on cam, steal the clout. He stripped to his boxers, struck a pose, and challenged Jae-yoon. 5,000 gold if you win. MC blinked. Is this guy for real? Why the striptease? The weirdo claimed it was for fairness. Heard Jay's weapon was busted, so he kept it even. Didn't want haters saying he won on gear alone. He told Jay to bring the heat. Jay pulled a grossed out face. Get lost, streak. Seriously, what if he pulls a weapon from those briefs? Kyo got salty, rushed in, and threw the first punch. MC ducked. Hello? Is he deaf? The dude kept swinging. Jay kept weaving. Opponent got mad, yelling at him to fight properly. Jay dodged again, yelling back, fighting in undies isn't proper. Wear pants. Kyote raged, couldn't touch him. Decided to pop the stimulator skill. Fist lit up red, smashing MC's face with max power. Too fast to react, Jay got yeeted into a tree trunk. Asterisk crash. Asterisk that was a warrior. Buff instant speed and strength boost. This guy acts like a clown. But he's higher level. A fair fight is suicide. Jay needed a dirty trick. Quixote saw him rise and grinned. Finally fighting back? He wanted to flex his full power, show everyone he's the alpha. He charged, skill blazing. But before impact, asterisk splat. Asterisk Jay threw dirt in his face. Distracted him, kicked the leg, and sent him rolling. While he scrambled up, Jay rushed him. Your stats are high, but I use my brain. Kicked him in the head, hooked the jaw, and pinned him to the tree. Quixote couldn't move. Coward, he spat. Is that skill? Jay scoffed. Life's on the line, genius. You care about ego, I care about winning. He triggered skin grafting, picking armored monkey hide for the base. Thread swarmed his hand as the system flashed a notification. Monkey fragment boost. Confirmed. The transformation was complete. Quixote watched, totally paralyzed by the sight. Panic mode engaged. He knew one miss meant he was totally toast. MC walked up, reminding him he started it, and the dude threw up his hands, yelling, wait. Seeing MC up close, he cried like a baby. I surrender. Then, wham! A huge blow whiffed and smashed a tree. The trunk snapped, gouging the dirt. Seeing that raw power, Quixote shook like a leaf. Scary stuff. He forgot he was in a game. June asked, so, he won? He grinned, demanding his 5,000 gold. Trust me, better than a respawn timer. But Quixote didn't care about losing. Awestruck by that strength, he ripped off his helmet. You're so cool. Unbelievable power. MC blinked. What is wrong with this weirdo? Quixote tossed the gold bag, admitting he got wrecked. But wait, a bonus gift. He shoved his sword at MC. Shaking with joy, MC stammered. The orc hero sword? Plus 66 strength and endurance, 9% armor pen? That's 15,000 at auction. And he's gifting it? Realizing he overreacted, MC covered his mouth, embarrassed. Why give me such rare loot? A thank you, Quixote said. I was blinded by glory, forgetting I need to get stronger too. You woke me up. Take it. You're worthy of being my brother. John thought he gave it up for that guy looks like a jerk, but he's got heart. Bam. MC need his gut. Get lost, he told the skeletons to finish him. Quixote's face fell. Didn't see that coming. Beaten and tied to a DIY cross, he yelled, I am Don Quixote. I'll return when I'm worthy to be your bro. See ya. MC left with his crew, calling back, Crazy idiot. But he kinda liked the guy. He was having fun. Good dude, plus a sweet sword. No more grinding armored monkeys. That covers the quest. But those gems haunted him. He paused, asking the skeletons, hey, maybe kill another 100 monkeys? I feel lucky. The skeletons hated that and tackled him. Gambling addiction is a disease, fam. Later, Jae Hyun hit Emwin's place. Showed the cards. Memwin calculated, 950 monkeys, 104 wolves, and 76 lizards. Excellent work. Thanks to you. The investigation is smooth. By the way, what's with your face? MC looked super eager. And, realizing he was staring, he apologized. I was just zoned out daydreaming about spending his loot. Jaehyun barely noticed the map. The guy told him to focus up because this next gig was hardcore. Pointing at the spot, he warned that a bear warrior was camping. The peak. A 4-meter tall monster, armored up like a tank. If Jaehyun could figure out where they were sourcing that gear, it would solve a huge chunk of the investigation. Jaehyun hopped up. So, wreck one and steal its loot? Bet. He got it. Mun, however, was stressing, does this dude have a death wish? Even rangers don't solo that. He wanted to call backup, but Jaehyun was already vibing. Total confidence. He knew the strat. He dipped. Reaching the peak, he checked the map. He was right on top of it. Tossed the paper, smirked, and tapped his watch. Showtime. System alert. Auction house open. Time to outbid some noobs. Level check. Best he could snag was the skeletal snake set. Cop. He bought the full kit. Stats spiked, plus 70 defense, plus 34 mana and strength, set bonus, 10% less mana usage. Nice. 38,000 gold gone. Oof. But when he put it on, he chuckled, then full on cackled, breakdancing with joy. Smells like rich people in here. With his leftover cash, he raided the skill shop, grabbed Spirit of Decay, Blindness, Muscle Mod, False Heart, Bone Bomb, and Hardening. Another 17,000 dropped. He was admiring his new toys, feeling buff enough to crush that boss. The skeletons, however, were plotting. One pointed a finger. Jaehyun turned to see puppy dog eyes asking, bro, where's our drip? Oops. Totally forgot the squad. He checked the shop for bone gear. Insufficient funds. Wait, broke already? He had to break the bad news. Turning around nervously, the vibe shifted. No more nice guys. They looked like thugs ready to jump him in a dark alley. Panic mode. I swear, guys. As soon as I get paid, I'll buy your stuff. Suddenly, a noise behind him. Yo, cash cows, he yelled, spotting animals. We can farm those. Before he could finish, the skeletons went feral, jumping the boars to secure the bag. Jaehyun exhaled, saved by the grind. Soon, only one boar was left alive, huddled against a tree, literally crying. A skeleton licked its blade, menacingly. The boar squealed. Why wait? Jaehyun asked. Finish it. I'll buy your gear on the way back. They looked at him, hopeful thwack. An arrow stole the kill. Jaehyun spun around. Excuse me? 3 salty dudes emerged from the bushes, looking mad. Trespassing? Big mistake. This turf is totally owned by the Soling Apollo Guild. Jaehyun almost wet himself, but realized it was just a bunch of scrubs. 3 wannabe thugs stepped up, grinning like idiots. You got Lee Chan, his buddy Wong Chan, and Il Chan. Behold, the legendary Apollo trio. Asterisk cringe. Asterisk our hero. Flashed a grin, said, cool story, bro, and then absolutely wrecked them. A few hits and they were eating dirt. He asked, why attack me with 0 skills? Is he basically a magnet for weirdos or what? He casually stepped on 2 of them, then walked back to his skelly crew, complaining about the massive waste of time. Meanwhile, Wong Chan tapped his watch, dialing HQ. He touched us. How dare he? Oh, he is so gonna regret this. He snitched to the boss, who was petting some scary beast. In the shadows, he attacked my boys knowing who we are? The boss felt the disrespect. The room got super heavy. Boss man tossed a gold bar. Bring me this fool, I don't care what it takes. Dude's gonna pay. Meanwhile, Jen finally hit the spot. He was smack in the middle of the bear warriors spawn zone. He smirked at his skeletons, ready to roll, but he paused. The boneheads were striking dramatic poses. What the heck are you guys doing? He snapped them out of it. Quit goofing around. Today's target, the crowbar. It is a level 70 beast with 3 phases. They needed to prep hard, but beating it meant crushing the top 30 guilds. No room for errors, get it? The skeleton stood tall, looking super serious. MC told them to stick to the plan exactly like they practiced. Suddenly, asterisk thump, thump asterisk, heavy stomping. He spun around, knowing exactly who invited themselves. A massive bear showed up. Jay untapped his menu, geared up, and declared he'd solo this quest. Elsewhere, Hatch was lost in the woods. Nearby, he eyed some boulders. Guess this is the Balkas Mountains. He prayed Haho Mask was actually there. He rushed over after seeing that armored monkey clip. He stopped, hanging his head, then started banging it against a tree. Why am I always the errand boy? Seriously. He is a VIP in the Restry Guild, yet they send him to fetch random idiots. He started raging. And for what? Simple insubordination? Is that illegal now? He was so mad he didn't see the King of Wild Boars, level 65, sneaking up. It squealed loud as it jumped him. Hatch reacted instantly. Asterisk boom. Asterisk a giant magic circle lit up behind him, blasting a crazy stream of fire right at the beast. Seconds later, the boar was toast. Hatch sighed, wondering if he should just bail. Hatch, from the Thunder Hunter Guild, is rank 5 in the Warlord Mage charts. He groaned, begging Haho Mask to show up. Meanwhile, MC stared down a scary bear, non-stop growling. Jay knew his guild wiped 6 times trying to hunt this beast back in the day. If he choked now, he'd lose the lead in the main quest. To actually hurt this bear warrior, he had to bust its armor joints first. He hyped himself up. Success was guaranteed since he grinded these new skills just for this. Seeing the bear charge, he told the skeletons to hold for the signal. Time to flex that new passive, muscle mod. He bent his knees, prepped, and launched at full speed. He was grinning, until he realized he was moving way too fast. He literally flew right over the enemy. Panicking midair, he tried to flip, but the bear just watched him fly by and switched aggro to his skeleton crew. A quick swipe, and the system pinged, skeletons destroyed. Jay raged. Turns out that mod buffed his legs way too much, turning him into a kangaroo. Since he was already sky high and furious, he improvised. Spotted a rock, rebounded off it, and dive bombed the bear to use that insane speed for a heavy hit. But the velocity was too much. He didn't even have time to aim, he just face planted right into him. The bear looked confused. Honestly, Jay forgot the fight for a sec. The man fur was super soft. But the bear wasn't into hugs and yeeted for him into a boulder. Ouch. Recovered and sighed, this boss is way too OP. He couldn't handle it, but hey, he somehow cracked the armor. Bear noticed and looked shocked. Jay stood up, groaning. With these glitchy skills, I can't aim for squat. Bear charged, shield up. Just before he struck, Jay hopped to the side. Another swing, another dodge. Time for the bone bomb. He chucked a magic-filled skull right at its face. Asterisk boom, asterisk, a massive purple explosion swallowed the beast whole. But the dude was still standing. Jay grabbed his hair in frustration. You tanky idiot. Regular hits weren't cutting it, so he mana res the skeletons. Time to fight like a HN. Real necro, he said. But the skeletons gave him the side eye. He told them to stop judging. Chill, guys. That was a total accident. It'll work this time. He crouched, tapped the ground, and summoned a golem. Rocks piled up fast and it immediately slammed into the bear. He pressured it, and the moment the monster struck, Jay smirked. Gotcha. He reached out and triggered the hardening skill. The golem's body turned to solid steel, trapping the bear's weapon inside. Loving that sweet victory, Jay smiled and snapped his fingers from nearby stones and immediately collided with the bear in battle. He began to press on him, and the moment the monster hit, MC smirked and said that he was caught. He stretched out his hand towards him and used the hardening skill, which strengthens the golem's body, and the bear's weapon got stuck in its body. Rejoicing in his small victory, Jay Young smiled and snapped. Snap, sending the bony boys in. They got massive air, ganging up on the enemy from every angle, landing sync attacks that totally wrecked, making the bear shriek like a banshee. MC was like, don't rage quit yet, Bro. I got an ace up my sleeve. But before he could even flex, a huge firewall toasted both of them. Once the smoke cleared, it was super awkward. Jae-hun glared at the bone mage, screaming, "Bro, wait for my signal." The plan was for him to dodge first. The mage looked guilty while the bear popped a buff, roaring and healing 50% HP. Seeing the boss back at full power, it lunged at MC. He sighed, screw tactics, deciding to just spam items. He grabbed a handful of bombs and started yeeting them at the bear non-stop. Boom after boom. The skellies got nervous, but Jae-hun was having a blast literally. A few minutes of chaos later, the warrior bear finally dropped. From the bomb spam, reward time, he snagged the XP and 100,000 gold. Boom, ranger quest done. He grinned at his hand, thinking, finally smoked the beast. That wrecked my guild 6 times in the last timeline. Solo kill. He fist pumped, looking smug, then hopped off the luff. Mob's corpse. Good hustle, guys, he told the skeletons. Time to head back to Maven, turn this in, and grab the next gig. Bear hunt? Completed. The skeletons started whispering, that was cheap, so he snapped, zip it. You want a fair fight? You'd be fertilizer. 6 times over. Later, Hatch was chilling at a western tavern, in the Balkas Mountains, taking a breather. While everyone else was vibing, he face-palmed hard, realizing he was cooked. Still no sign of Haho Mask. He'd been scouring the mountain for days, but thanks to that viral video, the place was packed, making it impossible to search. If he returns empty-handed, Syl is gonna murder him. What did she expect, sending him solo? He started trash-talking the Thunder Hunters, but then Syl called. Oops, he picked up. Realizing his mic was hot, he jumped up, stuttering excuses, terrified she heard the salt, but she just thanked him for grinding so hard, saying, she pressured him too much. Soloing the mountains must be brutal. You must be wiped. Realizing she actually got it, he almost cried, denying everything, stoked he could finally go home. But nope. Syl sent Hahi as backup. The second she said it, someone smashed through the tavern wall, right next to him. Total silence followed the crash. Hatch smiled nervously as Syl said, team up and find him. Hahi emerged from the dust, turning on Hatch with pure rage. This is your fault I'm here. The Thunder Princess aka Psycho hates his guts. Seeing her, he broke into a cold sweat. Game over? Facepalm. MC reached the city edge. Checked the view from the top of Lof, the cliff, and saw the mountains were packed with noobs. Makes sense. Totally obvious the main quest is blowing up right here. Time to bounce to Maven. He started parkouring through the forest branches. But bam, ran into some familiar faces instantly. They look like those losers from earlier. Back for round 2? He sighed and got ready to throw hands, but nope, they sprinted past screaming for help. He was like, bro, I ain't got time for your drama. Then, asterisk zap zap zap. Asterisk 3 bright lights fried him instantly. He turned to check the shooter and spotted a duo, Ho and Hatch. Saw their drip and knew Thunder Hunters. Crap, Ho pointed her blade right at him. Yo, is that Haho Mask? Ho. Number 2, Thunder Princess, aka Psycho. A jealous mess who'd jump off a cliff if Seal told her to. Hatch. Number 3, Ballista. Magic nerd who never misses. A literal aimbot. Even in his past life, these two were super cringe. Can't believe he's dealing with them again. If they want Haho Mask, they're recruiting. He'd rather delete them both. But can't right now. He hopped down, acted confused, scratched his head. Who played the dummy card? What can they do without receipts? But Ho wasn't buying it. She got all up in his face, looking scary. You live under a rock? He's in these hills. Dude has 20 million views, sus, right? And your cloak is a total match. So, it's you? He gritted his teeth, sweating bullets. Hatch stepped in. Chill, crazy. That wasn't the main issue. The issue was she's a total moron. He flicked her forehead hard. You trashed the tavern. Killed randoms for zero reason. Are you insane? How do I fix your mess now? He grabbed her shoulders and shook her. We're a famous guild, idiot. Can't look like trash. Say sorry before we get cancelled. She snapped back. Why should I apologize? John stood there, low-key shook. Had no clue they were always this toxic. Ho got annoyed, muttered a quick sorry to MC, then asked Hatch if he was happy. She dipped, and Hatch yelled, why are you like this, He bowed. Fast to John, my bad, dude, and bolted. John exhaled, thank God. But times wham asterisk, a fist appeared. Sucker punch. Ho smashed him in the face with full force, yeeting him into a tree. Ouch. Hatch freaked out, grabbing her. What the heck? She blinked. I thought he'd dodge. MC, meanwhile, stood up. Randomly attacking people isn't cool, bro. He slid his glasses on, trying to look legit. Threatened to report them and flame the guild online. Thunder hunters. Griefing newbies? The forums will eat that up. Hatch panicked. He apologized profusely, begging to keep it offline. We'll pay. Just don't post. He frantically whipped out a sack of 1,000 gold. June accepted the cash apology. Hatch looked ready to cry. With relief. He grabbed the girl and bolted before she could start another fight. Do you ever use your brain? He yelled. I get it, gosh, she snapped back. Jun watched them flee, taking off his glasses. It made his blood boil, but playing it cool was the smart move. No need to paint a target on his back yet. Better to bide his time. As they retreated, Hatch nagged her. Why are you a walking disaster? We have a reputation to maintain. He groaned. She looked thoughtful. Usually, people dodge instinctively when I swing at them. Hatch glared. So it's his fault he stood there? Is that your logic? No, it's not that, she insisted. That guy was different. Did you see his face before I attacked? He looked twisted. Definitely something wrong with him. Hatch sighed, exhausted. Just please stop causing trouble. Shut up, don't boss me around, she spat. Meanwhile, June visited Emwin, showing off a scrap of the bear warrior's armor. Emwin examined it, relieved. Thanks. That could have gone south fast. Noticing June was twitchy, he asked if he was alright. June, biting his nails, nodded. Asterisk hurry up, asterisk he thought. Asterisk if I'm too slow, the top 30 guilds will leave me in the dust, asterisk. Emwin placed a small chest on the table. Pick one. Inside were maps of dungeons from his time in the Balkaz Mountains. June's eyes practically turned into dollar signs. Loot maps. These marked every sweet reward spot in the area. Jackpot. He reached for one, but Emwin stopped him. I need a favor first. June gritted his teeth. Asterisk of course. Asterisk nothing is ever free. Armored monsters are swarming the mountains, the NPC said. Investigate it properly. Where? June asked. Ping Forest. Jun's face fell. Asterisk, that's a level 90 zone. Asterisk, problem? Memwin asked. Nope, easy peasy, June lied, then left the house, groaning. He had to level up. Asterisk, fast, asterisk. This was so annoying. Asura Canyon seemed like the best bet. It was crawling with level 75 demons. He'd crushed that armored bear, so these mobs should be a breeze. Time to get off his knees and start dominating. But when he arrived at the canyon, his confident smile wavered. He spotted Chev. Asterisk. Seriously? What is he doing here? Asterisk. Chev looked just as shocked to run into him. At the same time, Hatch was frantically calling Syl, tears practically streaming down his cheeks. The stress was getting to him as he held the phone with shaking hands. I'm done, he yelled, eyes popping. She's totally unhinged. Haho. Flipped out, making Syl giggle at the drama. She thanked him for grinding so hard. Hatch sniffled, wiping his nose, claiming he wasn't lazy, it's just that the Red Bulls already conquered Asura Canyon. Maybe they should hit the main quest too. Why stalk a dude who rejected their guild invite? That got her thinking. Finally, she agreed to quit hunting Haho Mask and focus on the mission. Hatch bawled his eyes out again. Click. Call over. She slumped back on the sofa, drained. Smirking, she figured the OP players would cross paths eventually. Let's see how long he can dodge her. Earlier, John was trekking to the canyon, wrecking level 75 demon goats. Before one could bleat, his Skelebro silenced it under the MC's watch. Boom, instant level ups. He finally hit level 2. Kept the momentum going. Figured it wouldn't be embarrassing to hit Pum Forest, but didn't expect to bump into randoms. They saw him and turned beet red. Duh, he's their idol. A mob of dudes swarmed Jan from everywhere. Hugging, kissing, begging for notice. Eventually, he got so fed up he bolted, yelling at them to back off. They chased him, crying, come back, but he just zoomed faster. How'd it get this bad? That bear warrior clip went viral. He liked the clout in the cash he'd make, but naturally, fame brings drama. Everywhere he goes, he gets mobbed. He can't even grind in peace. Mid-sprint, he ripped off his mask and told the skellies, change of plans, they had to book it to Asura Canyon as soon as possible. High-level mobs there meant those noobs wouldn't follow. But spotting Chev ahead, he slammed the brakes. Chev grinned, saying long time no see. Not cluing in on where he popped out from. MC looked bummed while Chev playfully punched him. You're that dude from the noob zone, right? You know how awkward it was when you ghosted us? You leveled fast. A few months back you were green, now you've reached the canyon. John averted his eyes, asking why he was there. Didn't think this spot fit a top ranker. Chev asked, didn't you hear? My guild claimed Asura Canyon yesterday. We figured camping near the main quest spot was smart. John realized they'd already advanced the storyline too. Then Chev mentioned hoping to catch Haho Mask here. John was shook. He stared in horror, but Chev didn't catch the vibe, and asked if he saw the Bear Warrior raid. He's around here. That's why I'm waiting. Huge fan, wonder who he really is? We could hunt him together. MC ignored him and fled, screaming he had zero clue. Once at a safe distance, John finally caught his breath, wondering why everyone was crowding. First Solon, now Chev. 2 top 30 guilds were already stalking him. No way he could grind XP like this, never mind finishing the quest. He face-palmed, what now? Look, for a new spot? Nah, 0 good zones nearby. Only here. Was the XP juicy? Then, brain blast, he totally spaced on Mun's map. He whipped it out, figuring a rare dungeon was close. Boom, map confirmed. Finally, a grin. Off to the waterfall lake. Rare dungeons love hiding in tricky spots, like here. Sketchy, but worth the loot. Deep breath, he cannonballed and sank. System pinged. Oxygen running low. 20 seconds left. He swam deeper. If the map wasn't trolling, a dungeon was hiding here. Better reach air fast. With 11 seconds left, he hit a cave and saw a gap. 5 seconds on the clock. Surface was miles away, but he had to clutch it. 1 second left, just a bit more. Clutch. He broke the surface, gasping for air. Ding. System said he entered the dungeon, snagging Discoverer and Explorer titles. Before him, a crystal-lit cave. He climbed out, thinking, sweet. If noobs annoy you, go where they ain't. He marched on with his bony crew, wondering what mobs spawned here. Secret dungeon meant probably a boss nearby. Sensing a creepy vibe, they froze. 2 red eyes glowed. He started sweating, bracing for doom, but just a slime? He tilted his head, totally confused. Really? Awkward silence, then John snapped. You trolling me? He didn't come for this weak blob. He was so keyed up he almost smashed the place in rage. Skeletons had to hold him back. Then he saw it. Fire lit up inside the slime. Wait, it's an elemental mob? Super rare in this game. Their drops enchant gear with elements. Crazy valuable stuff. Meaning, he was gonna be filthy rich. He licked his blade, hyped, and waved his skellies to attack and wipe him out. The second the skeletons got close, the slime panicked and shut its eyes. Then, the cave shook. He freaked, expecting a real boss. A level 70 salamander, mid-rank fire mob, popped out from the rocks. Jaw dropped. And the salamander blasted a fireball at them. They scrambled. Ducking behind a rock, John asked, it spits fire? He peeked out, thinking, no choice. Gotta use the loot before things get messy. He grabbed gear from his stash. Slapped a crazy helmet on his bony boy. Plus bone armor, dope. Then he grabbed the special item, stoked, finally used the black orc skull, buff time for Mr. Bones. Suddenly, he popped it, and his skelly turned into a shiny armored knight. The lizard thing hissed, scared. Knight pointed his blade right at it. Then times whoosh times gone. Vanished. Closed the gap at insane, crazy speed and slashed. Slice and dice through 2 mobs at once.